All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome here tonight. We are live here in Texas. Everything is big in Texas, and that means Extreme Motorsports 99.com Cup Series action here. Joe White up here in OSR Network booth. I'm accompanied back by my main man, Ryan W. Daniels. Ryan, how you doing tonight?
I am fantastic. So happy to be back. Everything's been going well since last week, so ready to go. Was very disappointed to miss Talladega last week. I want to start out this broadcast by saying thank you to you, and it was Ethan Kurtz, right? Yeah, Ethan Kurtz, who substituted for me last week. Can't appreciate what he did for me enough. Definitely appreciate him being able to step in at a time when we needed somebody to help us out, and definitely I want to thank all the fans last week who were keeping an eye out for me and my mom in the chat. So thank you guys very much.
Well, absolutely. And I tell you what, this is race 2 of the chase, folks, here at ExtremeMotorsports99.com. Let me tell you what, I've been thinking about it. Hey, what's going on, IU? How you doing, man? Welcome all the fans out there, viewers and whatnot, because we're getting set here. We're at Texas Motor Speedway. We got a new package on this Cup car I'm excited about because I took this thing for a spin. Let me tell you, I might have to go find me a Cup league somewhere because I love the way this thing feels. And I got a feeling we're going to see some extreme racing here tonight. But second race of the chase. And, we had a wild one at Talladega last week. The SRA boys, they have unpacked this season. They came here and they mean in business. And they showed it. They got new Camrys out here for this week. My hats and kudos off to iRacing. They did a phenomenal job in the update of dirt and all that. And they've done a phenomenal job with this Cup car. Ryan, I'm going to tell you tonight, we're going to see some extreme action here as these cars, I'll tell you, these guys might be a little more aggressive than what we're used to seeing. And it's going to be interesting to see tonight how these guys do because this is a fast track, Texas. And the SRA camp, boy, Bobby Cheney and company, they unpacked at the beginning of the season. They had one mission only. That's to take Superman down. That's Jake Nichols. And, he's got his Superman car out tonight. He's feeling very confident, so we'll have to see. You got any thoughts on what this racetrack's going to bring to us?
I mean, I'm hoping for an exciting race like you. I mean, for once we can say, folks, that Joe White knows more about the handling of a Cup car than me, considering I drove these things last year, and with the new package, especially with the new Toyotas, and we've got a big crash in this heat race down the back straightaway. But, I don't know what to expect from these Cup cars. I have not had a chance to drive it yet. All I know is from what I'm seeing already, these guys are all over each other, much like basically when the Xfinity and truck cars race here in iRacing, they're under a blanket, and I'm seeing that already with these Cup machines.
Well, Ryan, you're absolutely right. And I tell you what, I've done a lot as we're going to hear into qualifying here right fast here tonight. Texas Motor Speedway for the Cup Series at Extreme Motorsports 99. And like I said, I am very pumped up about how the Cup car feels. It's just, I'll coin a phrase from a man we know, Eric Tesh, Iceman from the Neverlands. It's amazing. It feels amazing. And it's just awesome. So I want to appreciate all the viewers out there now. What you're going to see, some of these Toyotas out here probably not going to show their paint jobs up as iRacing updated the Toyota model, and car looks great. You love it, Ryan, don't you?
Yes, I do. I love the Toyota. I am a Toyota guy through and through. I cannot wait to get my old paint job updated for the new car because I won a Daytona in that thing. I am so excited to be able to run that NIS's Talladega in a few weeks.
Absolutely, and I tell you, I'm excited about it. It looks nice. I'm still a Ford guy out here, but still, nonetheless, that Toyota does look nice. I will give them credit on that. So, probably won't see a lot of the paint jobs out here. Some guys have updated theirs, some haven't, but nonetheless, man, what we got to look for tonight here, race 2 of the chase is one, SRA versus Solar Flare Racing. I mean, Bobby Cheney and company. Versus Jake Nichols and company. Those guys right there are going to fight it out tooth and nail all night long, and they have got a car up underneath them that'll be able to do it. But along with that, I got a feeling too, Ryan, that we're going to see some other cats that we ain't seen run in this Cup car because I'm telling you, it's just that darn good. Folks, if you have not drove it, I know everybody's excited about dirt. If you have not taken this car around the track, I urge you to go and take this thing around Atlanta or Charlotte or even Texas. A track that you know that thing would always try to step out from under you. And take it around there and let me know how you feel about it. I took that thing for like 10 to 15 laps, and I was loving every minute of it. I got faster and faster as the laps went on, and it was an awesome feeling. That's all I got to say. And then right now, it looks like our qualifying times. Let's see who's up here on the top chart right now. Jake Nichols, obviously right there on the top. Which, Ryan, he was excited about this race. He's actually excited about he wanted to get past Talladega. That's basically what it was. He wanted to get past Talladega amongst everybody else. That he's already in a hole. I mean, he's already, he needs a win to get out of it. I mean, I think he's 4th or 5th in the points right now. Am I wrong? Right? But you can chime in at any time, man.
Well, I'm letting you kind of talk because, I mean, you and I have a bit of our unspoken rule not to cut each other off. But
during the race.
Oh, okay. I see how it is. All right.
You got something to say, man. Come on. We're carrying the conversation on here. We're trying to update the viewers out there.
Yeah, well, I mean, let me take a look. Let me pull up.
I looked earlier. I just couldn't remember if it was 4th or 5th. I know Bobby Chaney has because we won the race, and that's the first race
he's got to be the leader.
Yeah. But I tell you, it is going to be close because, the points do reset for the chase. Obviously, they reset it while you're looking at that. But, Nichols is going to look to want to try to come out of here tonight and win this thing. And he can do it. He's got a fast car. But I'm going to tell you what.
So does everybody else.
Yeah, there you go. Absolutely. And look who's sitting right there, the man who missed last week. Now, just because he missed last week, that's Nate Trito, hard charger. Had some family issues, had to take care of and whatnot. He's back this week. If he wins, I mean, hey, look, that could put him right back in. Because if you remember last year, he started dead last in the chase and tied for second by the time it was over. And he didn't win a race that whole entire chase, if my memory is serving me right.
Yeah, the only difference, obviously, last year is he made every start for the chase, and his worst finish in the chase, I believe, was 10th. But the average for the chase was somewhere in the top 5. I don't have my sheet of paper on it anymore that had all of my statistics from that.
He can do it again.
Chase.
He can do it again.
Yes, he could definitely do it again. I would say, basically, though, if I'm Nate Trito, really, and this is just me being honest, it is going to be very, very hard. It was already going to be hard for somebody like Nate Trito to beat Jake Nichols, I believe, in the chase because Jake is just that good. And he turns the wick up when it gets into the chase. If people thought he was tough in the regular season, the chase is a whole nother level. Okay, there's a reason he's whipped out that Superman paint job this week, and that's no fluke. Okay, a guy like Nate can run second to it. Nate can run second to him all he wants, but it isn't going to matter if Nate's running second to him and he's already missed one race. Nate is going to need a couple wins to try to do it. And unfortunately for Nate Trito, that's something he's never done in Extreme Cup Division.
Yeah, and I agree with you now. We talk about Nate Trito. We got to give him a hats off because he pulled the win off last night at Texas in the Xfinity Series. And great win there, and I know he was happy about that one. So it was awesome on his end. So we know he definitely can run a car. We know he can win. We know he can get it up there. We call him the hard charger for a reason. I have been since last season. I'm a Jake Nichols fan, but I gotta give all the credit in the world to those SRA guys. Wow, have they made a statement? They have just come in here. We got Aiden out there in the chat. What's going on, man? He's making his rookie debut here, and right now sitting 12th on the speed chart for qualifying. But I don't know. It's Ryan, we're probably going to see a bigger picture after tonight and maybe after next week of who's going to really solidify themselves as a champ. Can Jake Nichols bounce back from last week? Or, because if he don't win tonight and finishes second, third, or fourth, which, could happen. But I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I'm excited. I'm pumped up to get ready here. And it looks like he's taking the pole for tonight so far as Nate Treats over. And look at that, Bruce Ackerman right there starting in third.
Yeah, definitely showing what this new handling of the Cup car can do. Of kind of an unfamiliar name for us to see running up in the top five. And let's give a shout to Richie Evans. I think making his best start of the season in seventh spot. So at least 3 or 4 different guys we don't usually talk about being in the top 10 tonight already. With Bruce Ackerman, Richie Evans, Trevor Apollo, and Jonathan Shipman is going to be the final guy in the top 10.
Yeah, well, and I told you, I'm going to tell you, and I'm gonna preach it all night long. I'm telling you, these Cup cars, they feel amazing. They are awesome. That whatever they did, Iracing got it right. It is an awesome machine, and it's still a beast of a monster, like I like to call it. They're the monster machines, nonetheless. But looks like Jake Nichols will be the man to put it on point here. Bruce Ackerman going to start their third with them. So, like you said, I got a feeling we could see somebody new here pop up tonight and win this thing. I mean, don't you know? I'm always the Superman out there, but don't count somebody else out. I mean, look at that Mike Rominger. I mean, hey, Mr. Extreme himself. He's going to be starting in fourth. He definitely can. He definitely can sneak up here and win.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, and it is important to remember too. The top 5 in the points right now, because I just took a look, are only separated by 6 points. Jake Nichols is 5th in the points, but he's only 6 spots behind Bobby Chaney. A lot of those chase drivers not only made it through Talladega last week, but they finished well near the front at Talladega last week.
Yep.
With Bobby winning, you had David Shutt up there all race long. Tyler Sifford made a strong run to try to win it at the end as well before the final caution came out. I mean, these guys were all contenders to win that race last week.
Well, I got a feeling, too, when we talk about the chase is, and what we saw, but Talladega is kind of one of those coin flip style races. It's anybody's ball game, boom, And X-Fex out there, boy, he's talking about, let's go Matthew Wassenbach. Matthew is in here. He's starting 23rd, which that's nothing new. That man always loves starting in the back and trying to just bring it to the front. Another one that this Cup car, that the setup, could suit his style of racing. I'm just telling you, Ryan. When we get done here tonight, you just need to go out and test session and drive this car, because it is nice. I'm very, very impressed. I was very kind of really ready to see what it was going to be like on this track. I've talked to Jake Nichols since then, and hey, he looks kind of like, oh, Dre broadcast out there. I always call him Dre. I don't know why. That's Dave, actually. But, Dre, he's out there. What's going on, man? And all the other views, and Ryan, he's got duct tape on his mouth tonight. He's not really talking.
Who's that?
You.
Dave?
No.
Oh, me?
You.
Oh, me. What did I do?
He
It has nothing to do with me not talking.
He didn't
It
say
has nothing to do
nothing.
with me not talking.
I tell you, he got duct tape on his mouth. Look at that. He
my
speaks
goodness.
up then. Oh, man. Well, anyways, we'll
I
appreciate
tell you, the only
viewers.
thing I'm doing is freezing. It figures. I'm in New
Freezing?
England. It's spring. Yeah, New England, springtime. About to get, supposed to be getting warmer. Guess what we're getting tomorrow? 5 inches of snow.
That is awesome, man. We
It
get like
sucks.
5 inches of rain. That's about the only thing we get down here in the south.
I wish I was getting rain. I hate friggin' snow, man. I'm done with it. I'm tired of it. All that means is I have to go dig my truck out in the morning again.
Dig your truck out in the morning.
Yeah, before I go to work, I get up at 6 o'clock and go dig my rear wheels out.
Awesome.
Otherwise, I'll get stuck because my truck is weak. No, actually, I'm just kidding. I have an amazing Forerunner. The Darth Raider.
Talk again for me.
Hello, folks.
Do it again.
Am I not working? Is
Oh,
something
no,
wrong?
you're working. I was just checking my levels, that's all.
Oh. Look at this. We sound like a couple of rookies just up here testing midstream.
Hey, man, hey, it's qualifying. I can test during qualifying.
Hashtag professionalism.
Hey, we are professional.
Yes, we are.
Well, anyways, folks, I'm going to tell you what, tonight we're looking very good here. We're at Texas Motor Speedway, live, ExtremeMotorsports99.com action. I'm getting set here, and it's good. I'm pumped up and excited about this because it's going to be awesome.
It really is. It just... I'll be honest, with the way you're talking about this Cup car, it takes a lot to get me jealous that I don't have the opportunity to test a cup car with some of these drivers. I'm actually jealous of the fact that I'm not in a cup car tonight. Because almost like the way you're describing the way these things supposed to be handling, it's like they made the Ryan Daniels adjustment. Because anyone who watched me last year, that was my Achilles heel. I spun out every race I entered in. I couldn't keep that cup car straight to keep my life, to save my life. It was horrifyingly bad. But now, if it's as stable as you say it is, I might just have to be a more consistent cup driver.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Dre said smack you, man.
Are y'all open?
Yeah, we're good. Hey, what's going on, man?
Are you broadcasting?
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Hey, what's up, Don? Don's up in the booth with us, by the way. What's going on?
Hey, fellas, just want to come by and let y'all guys know. Appreciate everything y'all do. Look good forward to a good broadcast tonight. Joe, can I talk to you privately for a second?
Yeah, I'll be right back, folks, and we will get started here soon. Ryan, keep them occupied.
Man, wasn't even realizing you were up and live already. Just want to let you know. Well, maybe give a shout out to Rick. He's not gonna be here tonight. His cousin had passed, and they buried him today. And he has a bunch of family at the house. Now he'll probably be watching the broadcast. I don't really want you to make I mean, what we're thinking about you, Rick, or nothing. Something like that. I just how to do it tactfully. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get in there. Right, and that's what it is. So, I mean, you can tell him, Rick, we're missing you and we're thinking about you or whatever. You know how to do your job. I mean, so I just really, he's probably, if he ain't watching, he's listening, and he's got a lot of people at the house. So let it go off without a hitch, man, and let him know you're thinking about him, and yeah, 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 yeah. Dude, I have a lot on me too, dude, and I ain't it ain't ugly towards you at all. Man, my dad 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I had to carry him to the doctor day before his birthday, and he was diagnosed with stage 4 terminal cancer, and they're only giving him like 3 weeks to 4 months to live. And so I've been dealing with that. So that's been something that I've really been dealing with personally. But it does. So it ain't nothing to do with you, Joe. It was just, man, sometimes it gets heavy and hard, and I don't really, I listen well, but I don't really talk about myself well to. Oh, go ahead. Bye. All right. Bye. Go get him, man. Later, man. Just mention Rick and have a good one, man. I'll throw you up there. Bye.
All right, well, I'm back. I saw the chat out
Okay.
there with Jonathan. He was out there. Joe's broadcasting, but we can't hear you. Sorry about that. I was stepped out talking to one of the admins. What's going on, Jonathan?
Oh,
How
they
you
couldn't
doing,
hear me
C2?
either.
What?
I was talking that whole time, and they said we can't hear Ryan either.
Can they hear you?
I don't know. Can you guys hear me now?
Should be able to.
All I hear is Don. Uh-oh. Keep asking them questions. I'm going to run tests with my
Okay.
mic.
Hang on. No. Don't do anything. I know what it is. Keep talking.
Can you folks hear me now?
They should be able to hear you. Everything's fine now? Okay. Huh. All right. Well, I don't know. I mean, I had the what you call it on, so there you go.
Well, all I'm going to say is that obliterated 3 minutes of points I was trying to make.
Yeah. Oh well. Well,
Oh,
I
well.
had
All you
my
did was
mic
spare the-
off. I had my
All you
I
did was
had my
spare the
mic off.
folks at
That's
home
why.
my voice.
Yeah, I had my mic off. That's why y'all couldn't hear me. And I was down in the other thing talking to Don. So.
And so you mute me. I see how it is.
Well, no, I actually had your mic open. I don't know why they couldn't hear you.
I had the button pushed the whole time.
I don't know. Well, anyways, we're back here and we're waiting for how long we got till we go green flag?
Well, we have about 3.5 minutes, and the point I was trying to make while no one could hear me was how I felt like this race, one of the keys to watch too, because you mentioned it with the new Toyotas. Will the Toyotas have an advantage at all over the course of the race, much like the Fords had when they first came out with their new car model? Or will it make the Toyotas worse than they used to be?
Yeah, they must be having hearing problems tonight. What's going on, folks? Well, anyways, we're back.
We heard everything Don said, Joe?
Yeah, that's fine. It ain't nothing. So, yeah, I didn't realize, man, I had that on there. So, it's okay.
What the heck happened?
I guess when I hit the button and knocked the mic off, I hit the wrong one and had it still on. But either way, it's basically Rick Donaldson's not going to be here, and he's had some family things, and we just want to be in his prayers and keep him in our prayers tonight. And we also want to keep Don and his family in our prayers, basically. As you know, things happen in life, and we lose, sometimes we lose focus of of things. We get wrapped up in a lot of stuff, but hey, either way, man, it's awesome.
Yeah, I hope everything's okay there. Unfortunately, I wasn't a part of that, and Mrs. Sifford says I sound like I'm in a tunnel. Is this the truth?
You'll be fine. I've got to figure out something on what you call it.
I'm telling you, it's the headset, man. It's the headset.
Yeah, we can, Jonathan. That's fine.
What happened?
Oh, I don't know. John said, "Gee, send me a poke."
I'm
just waiting on what you call here.
Yeah. Yeah, we got about a minute.
For some reason, my
20 seconds.
We got a minute.
Minute and 20. Minute 15.
All right, that's fine. Yeah, he's always in a tunnel.
You're right. I'm not.
Yes, T's okay.
Joe has to be locked in his closet.
T's fine. It's nothing to do with that. It's just like I say. Just keep him in the prayers. I'm not going to get into it. I'm not going to reiterate it. Just keep them all in your prayers. So, yeah. Our hearts and thoughts are out there to him, and we wish him the best. Definitely, like I say, Rick's not here tonight. Don is though. He's down there in the broadcast. Down in the broadcast. He's down in the booth or admin booth. I'm gonna get it right before it's over with.
He's up in the tower.
Yeah, there you go.
We're in the booth. He's in the tower.
Right. There you go. Right.
Racing Terminology 101 with Ryan Daniels.
Absolutely. So,
if you don't mind, Joe, could I do a quick plug before the race starts?
Sure, I don't care.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, this coming Tuesday night on Dre Broadcasting Network, it will be the first, and I don't know if it'll ever happen again, but it means a lot to me to have it happen at all. Extreme Motorsports 99 and Rick Donathan and all the guys from the Truck Series have, in working with me, are putting on a memorial race in my dad's memory 2 years to the day that he passed away next Tuesday night. And if anyone is interested in watching that race, Dre Broadcasting will have it live. It's going to be a very special night for me and my family and everybody involved at Extreme, and it means a lot to me that this is even going to happen. So if you guys tune in and stuff like that, it would mean a lot to all of us, and hopefully you guys will be able to tune in and enjoy, because it's going to be a really great race there over at Las Vegas, and it's still in the chase for the Truck Series, so it's the third race in the chase there. A good battle in points going on with Tom Wetmore and a lot of the other main truck drivers down there in that division.
Awesome.
Peggy Sifford just called you old.
Hey, I am old. I mean, what do you want me to say? Well, we're getting set here, folks. Go Green Flag Racing here tonight. Texas Motor Speedway here and live action at the ExtremeMotorsports99.com. So let's go through the grid in order real fast here. As tonight, Superman Jake Nichols puts it on pole. Nate Chitrito Hard Charger starting second. Bruce Ackerman right there in third. Mr. Extreme, Mike Rominger starting fourth. David Nightmare Shut in fifth. Justin Gable in sixth. Richie Evans in seventh. Bobby Consistency, Mr. Consistency, Old Cheney right there. Trevor Rapolo in ninth. And the Kryptonite, Jonathan Shipman right there starts in 10th. As we look through this field here, Ryan, I'm getting pumped up and excited. This is going to be some awesome racing, I feel, as race 2 of the chase here for Extreme Motorsports 99.com. Cup action here tonight, Texas Motor Speedway.
Yes, sir. It is going to be a great race here. We're getting ready to roll with all these guys out here. Actually, they just started rolling, so definitely going to be interesting to watch. I mean, as we already mentioned, we've already got the 2 Solar Flare racing cars. The 73 and Jake Nichols is on the pole. Nate Trito in his 97 is going to be on the outside. And then we have kind of a wild card row in second with Bruce Ackerman and Mike Rominger, 2 guys we don't usually see qualified up in the top 5.
Absolutely. Still here?
Yes.
Okay. You got quiet all of a sudden. That's why.
Yeah, I stopped. You talked.
Oh, man, no, you fine. We're about to get set here to go green flag racing here. I mean, it's going to be awesome. I mean, keep going what you were saying is because
That was it.
Oh, okay. All right. My bad. Folks, we're just trying to get settled here and get everything going. Don't mind us. We're just having fun up here. In the booth. As always.
In the booth.
In the booth. Well, like I say, we got Jake Nichols sitting right here on the front row here. As always, it is it's gonna be cool, man, to see these cars fire off down here, heading off into Texas Motor Speedway tonight, and I'm getting kind of pumped up. I don't know about you, as that pace car is going to take that hard left turn off on pit road and send these monster machines a-flying. And they definitely are monsters here now. So here we go, folks. Green flag in the air. 184 laps here tonight, Texas Motor Speedway.
Yeah, and you see the 2 Solar Flare racing cars, Jake Nichols and Nate Trito, get off to a really good start. Bruce Ackerman's going to follow single file back in third, a little ways back from Nate, and Mike Rominger's also going to do the same as it's side-by-side further back in the pack, trying to see which 2 cars those are that starts out that battle. That is the number 3 of Richie Evans fighting side-by-side with Trevor Rapolo for the 9th and 10th spot.
Absolutely. And right now, Jake Nichols, he's got all he can handle, the hard charging Nate Trito, but behind him, you got a battle going on for 3rd and 4th. Look at that, Mike. Look at that. Mr. Extreme himself, Mike Rominger's trying to bring that thing to the front here. Looking very, very good doing it. He's got Bruce Ackerman right there, but don't count out the Nightmare because he says, I'm bringing it to the front. SRA camp on the way. Folks, you got Justin Gable sitting 6th, Trevor Rapolo 7th. But the man out front right now, Superman, he's trying to make a mark, saying, look, I want to solidify that I can, what do we say, Ryan? He's trying to show that he's going to defend his title.
Yes, he is. Yeah, Mr. Jake Nichols out there in front, really working hard right now to do, as you're saying, show that, hey, you know, they don't call me Superman. I am not the past champion for no reason. If you want this championship, you're going to have to take it away from my cold, dead hands. And there is no way that anybody out here right now, at least in these very early laps, look like, other than maybe the 97, is going to have much for Jake tonight. Because you talk about somebody who can adapt to a new situation with a really good handling car. Jake could wheel the heck out of a really poor handling cup car that was either tight or loose. If these things are designed to handle really well now, that's scary when you put it in the hands of a guy like Jake Nichols.
Well, absolutely, you're right here. Right now, we got some good racing going on. And I'll tell you what, hey, back here in the back, here, we're looking at Bruce Ackerman, and I don't know what happened to Aiden Young. Aiden's right there for some reason. That's actually Trevor Apollo. My bad. I get them confused. One of them's got an 09, the other one's got a 9.
Yeah, Aiden usually runs the 9 as far as the truck series goes, and then basically anything else that he runs here in the Cup series is the only place he runs the 09, and that is because Bryce Senesac does not run in the Cup division, and the 9 was already obviously taken previously by Trevor Rapolo.
Well, absolutely. And right now, I'll tell you what, Jake Nichols, he is definitely out front. He's about 4 tenths ahead of hard charging Nate Trito. Don't count out that man, though, in third place, though. Mike Rominger here tonight, ExtremeMotorsports99.com. Excitement here, folks, as we're looking very, very good doing it.
Yeah, these guys are running really, really hard right now. Really working at it. I'm taking a look right now at some of the track conditions tonight. Partly cloudy, 79 degrees. Track temperature only 86 degrees. So that's definitely one of the reasons contributing to all this grip is it's not an extremely hot track like we're used to seeing here at Texas, and with the late afternoon and some of this track being in the shade, definitely also going to help these guys run well tonight. But as good as these cars appear to be running and as hard as they're battling, and we have a spin in turn one. Wow, what a save. Oh, and they're wrecking again. Okay, they had it saved, and now there's a wreck. 29, 09, and 27.
Okay.
Started with the 27, and then accordion behind them.
All right. Well, that'd be Michael Fuller right there. Let's look and see what we got going on here. Michael Fuller.
Muller.
Muller, my bad.
I
want Fuller. Well, we're watching a replay right here. And I'm telling you, folks, these guys are going to be on top of each other. You know what? That looked like a hard net code right there. Wow. If I ever seen one. Him and the 42 got together. And the 44, Bryant Ward, he's spinning. Nick Hunt had to check up. What's going on, Zombie? How you doing? Spike? Unique name, man. I love that name. Spike Zombie. Is that your real name? I'm curious. I mean, I'm trying to throw it out.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure that's that's her real name.
You never know. I mean, there could be somebody with a last name called Zombie.
Well, yeah, I suppose the last name, yes, but I don't know. I guess. I mean,
hey, come on, man. You ever watch the Addams Family of Morticia?
The what?
See, that's what I think. I'm up here with kids. Come on.
You are up here with a kid. I'm 22 years old. You're like 45. What do you want from me?
Robert, how you doing out there, man? Oh, me and Ryan up here just having fun. We're up here talking about the
Addams Family now?
Addams Family. And you know what he said? Who? I'm like, really? Darn. But we got
I've seen the movie.
Oh, you seen the movie? Well, yeah, it's a good movie. I used to watch the show. It's way back before your time. So anyways, man, we got a rush. Oh, 41 got spun on pit road.
I was just going to say, pull the Brian Vickers move. Did David Shutt. I've seen that happen in his car before.
Boy, that's not going to help matters on his chase hopes.
He almost hit Matt Walzenbach trying to get turned around.
Wow. Well, James Thorndike, the man that stayed out, he either stayed out or he beat everyone. What's going on, Robert? How you doing out there? And Becky's out there tonight. No, man, I'm full 43, man. Come on now.
I'm kidding with you.
Wow.
Hey, if you round up.
What do you mean a round up? Come on now.
I'm
trying to round down. I'm trying to round down. Look, you start getting up to where I'm at, you start trying to round down. Oh, go.
Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll switch my numbers backwards. 34.
There you go. Yep. Well, if I switch mine around, I'll be 34. Yeah, there you go. See?
Yeah.
Boom. Yeah, that was an awesome wreck in the pits. Well, folks, we're at lap 11 here of 184. We're having a heck of a good time here tonight. ExtremeMotorsports99.com. We're at Texas. Everything's bigger at Texas. You got to love it. And you want to see that replay. Let me see if I can't get the replay of it. We watched it live. I might have went too far here to get the replay of it. Actually, it was David Shutt, so I don't know if it'll let me go back or not far.
I will say, too, though, Joe, I'm looking right now. David Shutt has actually, because technically he did come out of the pits, and iRacing doesn't really it doesn't have the, I don't want to say mentality, but it doesn't have the ability to penalize a driver for spinning out of the pits. David Shutt will retain coming off of pit roads in third spot. All he had to do was wait for everyone to pass him. So David is actually going to restart fourth on the restart with James Thorndike restarting in the lead.
Well, absolutely. And I tell you what, that's a good, you got lucky on that one, and that's good.
Yes.
So, hey, maybe went from having nightmares already for him to having good dreams here today. So, Right now, James Thorndike, the man out front. Jake Nichols right there behind him. We're going to be beside everything. Got hard charging Nate Trito right there. David Schutt's coming in fourth. Tom Whitmore, look at that boy. He's on fire. Now, this car right here in this package under this cup car, I'm going to tell you, probably is going to suit his driving style. Very, very good. It's definitely going to suit Jake Nichols because he is very, he's going to love it. But, excuse me, it could suit Tom Whitmore very well as Bobby Chaney's moved up in the 9th spot already. Trevor Polo's still there in 10th. And it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, definitely going to be cool here on this restart. And you're talking about Tom Wetmore. We saw him run really, really well last week at Talladega. Really was one of those cars in contention late in the race. And Tom Wetmore, for anyone who doesn't know, has won the past 2 Truck Series races. Won the Truck Series at Talladega last week and won this week as well at Chicago, putting himself in a good position for the championship in that division. So Tom Wetmore definitely going to be a threat here tonight in that 55 Toyota.
Well, absolutely. As we are double fouled up here. Yeah, the 41's tires definitely going to be flat spotted after that. That's another thing, because he spun those things when they went around. But the pace car takes a hard left turn on pit road. Going to send these monster machines a-flying. And I tell you what, these things are definitely going to be monsters here tonight as they head off down here for lap number 13 of 184 tonight, folks. And look at James Thorndike. He's trying to show, hey, look, I could drive the wheels off this thing too. And Nate Trito right there battling hard with Jake Nichols as he takes that second spot. And don't count out the man in the 41 machine there. He's got him a new Toyota up underneath him, looking very good. I want to, wow, man, look at the run Trito gets.
Yeah, that's obviously clearly showing the new versus old tires there with the 97 and the 59. 59 had him in 1 and 2 because he could probably basically hold it wide open through 1 and 2. But by the time they got to 3 and 4, that 59 machine, it's suffering on old tires, and it's apparent that tires are not going to be. Whoa! The 55 almost got into the back of him there, but it's definitely showing that tires are going to be the way to go tonight.
Absolutely. Got a battle right here. They're nose to tail up front. They're nose to tail 2x2 in the back here. Oh, there's got a car going around.
Yes, we do, and a couple other ones involved. It looks like just actually, no, looks like it's just going to be Bruce Ackerman, and I couldn't tell who else it was that went through the grass.
Jonathan Shipman slowed one of them, so let's go back on the replay for him.
Yep,
I saw it here live.
That all started with the 48, the 59 when he got turned. I don't know if it was by the 23 or by the 48. I just know that the 59 car
Here's
got
the thing,
turned.
Ryan. I'm going to bring this up to you right here. This new package they got up underneath here, you're right. You can see the 48 right there. Jonathan Shipman, he's right up underneath him. Watch a replay right now, but wow, that looks like there's a car behind him, the 25. That's Tyler Ducharme.
Yeah, I'm not real sure.
Yeah, Tyler Ducharme was the one that spun and flying off down on the infield there, hit hard, very hard. So we'll go back and watch the replay on that. But while we're doing that, is we're in the caution, actually.
Yes, we are. During that whole wreck, we were under caution. I want to say it was the accident that happened off of the front straightaway with the 23 and the 48, but the 25, you're right, did also spin down the back straightaway. He tore the nose off of that 25 machine.
Yeah, he did, right here. Let's see what we got going on. I'm watching that one. Well, like Tyler Ducharme, he hit the apron. When he hit the apron, he upset that car. When he did, well, that thing just took off spinning. Woo! And Tyler Sifford almost bit it. Another guy we ain't talked about tonight is old Tyler Sifford.
Yeah, I haven't had the opportunity to talk about Tyler yet, running that milk and cookies machine. And on the back, a throwback to the Dave Blaney Top 10 Kids Eat Free. Back of that number 7 machine of Tyler Sifford. Free milk and cookies if I win the race tonight.
Wow. It's awesome. Well, folks, we're here live. Texas Motor Speedway. And, man, it's just awesome. Tonight here as we're lap 16 of 184. Like I say, again, apologize earlier on. Me and Don was talking, and he was telling me Rick Donaldson's not here tonight. He's had some things in the family member and all, and our hearts and prayers will be with the family, and also with Don, his heart, be with his family and whatnot. So it's one of those deals, and this is the thing that Rick built. He built ExtremeMotorsports99.com, and as much as probably me and him has disagreed on stuff, I can agree on the fact that he has helped me out a lot, and he got me. Well, I'm in this booth because of me and him talking. One day around the round table, as we call it, and we talked, and I knew the technical side of streaming, and he knew the broadcast side of it, and I learned everything I learned from that man to get started here, and I've kind of excelled from there. So started racing in there. Matthew Wazenbach was who I got met up with, and he introduced me to Extreme, introduced me to Rick, and it's just been crazy to then. And got some great admins here. So as always, our thoughts and prayers go out to the family there, them, and just I get anytime I think about stuff like that, because I've been through a lot of it. Really kind of emotional on it myself, but nonetheless, it's this right here was his dream, and he has made it big. And we are bringing it to y'all, OSR Network, and that's a privilege for me to do that, along with Ryan W. Daniels up here. I mean, these guys out here are the best of Extreme. This is what they got right here. They put on a show every week, week in and week out. This is race number 2, and folks, I hope y'all sitting back and watching and going to love the show these guys are going to put on tonight.
Yeah, definitely in agreement with you there, though. Thoughts and prayers going out to Rick and Don both. Both good guys over here at Extreme. Don't, never wish anything bad or anything like that to happen to anybody. Like you, Joe, we've all been in a situation in life, I'm sure, where family matters come into effect, and those are definitely more important than racing. So definitely sending our thoughts, and at least my thoughts as well, out to Rick and his family at this time.
Absolutely, as we're getting set here to go back green flag racing here, and I tell you what, the whole Nate Trito and Jake Nichols, it's going to be the Solar Flare teams today, looking like they're going to be the ones on point, wanting to take this thing home here. Nate Trito, hard charger, gets a good jump, but I tell you what, look at that, Mr. Extreme himself, Mike Rominger right there, but you got one of the SRA bunches, you got a couple of them there, Bobby Cheney's back up there, David Nightmare Shutt's back up there, they're door to door. Jake Nichols taking the lead up front though. Here comes David Shutt on the inside, bringing the 55 Tom Whitmore. I told you, this package right here under this cup machine might suit him, because look at these cars. They're nose to tail 2x2 back there. They are going to be on top of each other, man, just like a slice of bread, man, slapped together.
Yes, it is, and something rather interesting right now. It's Ford, Toyota, Chevy. That's how they're running in the top 6 right now. All 3 manufacturers in pairs running in the top 3 rows of this race.
Absolutely, right there. You got to look. They are side by side, door to door, wheeling around Texas Motor Speedway. Run a caution again.
Yes, we are. I'm going to try to figure out what's going on. It looks like, the 18 was definitely involved. A heavy damage to the number 18, and it looks like it all started with the 48 and Aiden Young going middle of the back straightaway. It all started with the 09 of Aiden Young. All
right, well, let's see what happened here. And I'm going to tell you what, Ryan, what this thing right here, this new Cup car setup is probably going to throw a lot of guys off, because what's happening now is they're so used to pedaling these machines and so used to being finessed with them. Now you can be a little more aggressive, and what that does is that obviously you can kind of overdrive the car a little bit. Along with that is you're also very close to each other. As you're right. Oh, the 18 just had nowhere to go. The 48 Bruce Ackerman was right there.
Yeah, very tough break for both the 09, the 18, 48. A lot of guys early in this race. Bruce Ackerman is just disconnected from the server. A lot of guys early on in this race. Aiden Young going to be in the pits for a little while here, getting his damage fixes. He's already had to use his fast repair for an earlier incident. So definitely a tough break for those guys early on in this race.
All right, folks. I'll tell you what. Here, since we're under caution again here tonight, Texas Motor Speedway, Extreme Motorsports 99.com. Let's take a quick commercial break right fast. We'll be right back.
Drivers, start your reading. Motor Sim Racing Magazine is the first and only magazine dedicated to sim racing. Every month we'll be covering the hot topics around the world of sim racing. So if you're looking to be in the know, go to www.motorsimsracing.com. You will find articles from your favorite drivers, leagues, and other prominent people in the sim racing community. Want an update of your favorite league? We got it. Want to learn the basics on finding a perfect league for you? We got it. Want to know more about how leagues are run? We got it. So remember, when you want to know what's going on in the sim racing world, go to www.motorsimracing.com.
All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We're back here. We're getting set to go back. Green flag racing here again tonight. Texas Motor Speedway, Stream Motorsports 99.com. This is race number 2 of the chase here, folks. And I am old, Becky. Now, come on now. I mean, I'm getting up there. Why are you not in the booth today? Why are you glad you're not in the booth? Look, Ethan said he's glad he ain't in the booth today.
I know why he's glad he's not in the booth today.
Why?
The yellows. Ethan doesn't like yellows.
Oh, really?
No, he does not like cautions.
Well, this coming from the guy that when they were nose to tail at Talladega said, well, there's not much excitement going on right now. Really?
Yeah, it is definitely exciting, and I do want to give a call. You mentioned to me when we were doing our commercial break there. Dave, I did get your message before I saw it.
43.
What?
Becky asked how old I was.
Oh.
24.
Yeah, Dave,
I'm sorry.
it's okay. Dave, if you want to, at the end of the race or perhaps tomorrow at some point, I will be on here if you need to get with me and talk. I don't know what your broadcast schedule is or anything like that, but my schedule over the next number of days is weird. So if you are still on at the end of the race, I'd be more than happy to talk with you for a little bit if you have the time.
Ryan can't talk to nobody. Anyways, we're about to set
My phone is dead, so I can't answer messages on my phone anymore.
Oh, there you go. All right, we're getting set to go back green flag racing here, folks, with lap 25 of 184. Well, I've had a few cautions here so far, and I think a lot of that has to deal with the fact of the new package they got here. I was going to say it here, Jake Nichols going to take these guys, but he's got Nate Trito. It's been them two battling all night long here tonight. Now look at that, though. Tom Whitmore behind him. You got Justin. Look at that. Jonathan Kryptonite Shipman done snuck up our 5th spot. Jason Van Cleek, Bobby Chaney, David Shutt, Delonte Ballard. Didn't really talk to him. That's Mr. Showstopper himself. Mr. Extreme rounds out the top 10 here. So we're looking really good. You got a battle up front, battle for second place, battle for third and fourth. Well, these guys are putting on the win. I told you, it is awesome. Now, I'm showing. Wait a minute. Did I just? I'm sorry, Becky. You can beat me when you see me.
Oh!
Well, as we see that, but I was about to say is I missed that old Tyler Sifford was up there, but now we just saw a heck of a race there, and that was Tom Whitmore.
Yes, sir. Looks like the 23 might have gotten into the back of him, just sent that 55 around. What I'm seeing already with these new Cup cars, Joe, it looks like, along with the way they handle, yeah, well, they're no, I was going to say they're making them drive really good, but they've definitely had the effect of the actual NASCAR kind of a feel where they just barely get touched. These things are going around. I mean, these guys are making not even slight contact, and that just sent the 55 right around.
Well, it's supposed to be, you know, the less arrow. Looks like Tyler Sifford got slowed up there a little bit. Jonathan Shipman had a good run coming on, and Yeah, that's just a racing deal. It looks like if the air gets taken off the back end of these cars, they're coming around very, very fast. So, yeah, I just showed the replay there. See, what do you mean 43 ain't old? Oh, Lord. Well, I know we wanted a good show out here, but here's the thing. This is a fast track Texas. And it is a handling style track. This is a whole new package of handling for these cars here tonight. And it's all new to a lot of these guys. So these guys, I mean, obviously they've practiced. I mean, because a lot of them, you know, best of the best here. But it's still new. And it's going to take a little bit for them to get used to how these things handle now, because they're so used to the other way that they handled.
Yeah, the handling definitely looks better. You know, in terms of the way the cars are driving, it looks very competitive with the way these guys are able to, just wheel these cars around. But like you just said, and as I mentioned as well, you know, it just the second the air comes off the back of these cars, they are just spinning like tops so far this race.
Yeah, absolutely, and that is the bad thing about it. I mean, it looks like, well, the spoiler was raised down, but they did raise up the weight, the penalty of the car, made it more like a 3,500-pound car. It to me, it just feels like an amazing car. Which now, obviously, I haven't drove around in traffic, so I don't know what it's like. If I would have known, I did the Cup schedule, by the way, folks. If I'd have known that iRacing was going to do this, you know, ahead of time, guess what I'd have done? I'd have flipped that Talladega race and put Texas first, Talladega here, because that definitely would be interesting to see how these cars draft with that kind of package on them.
You know, it's funny you mention that, because I don't know what track they're at, but I believe at the conclusion of this race, I might just run myself a Carburetor Cup race.
That car don't count.
Oh, of course it doesn't.
No, it don't count. A bunch of amateurs.
Right.
I like doing that. Oh, what's going on, folks out there? Man, I tell you, it's too much jumps just dumped into my what? Well, just one of them racing deals. I don't speculate on what happened up here. I just showed the replay and go from there. We're about to get set to go by Green Flag Racing, folks. Texas Motor Speedway here. Joe White up in the booth, accompanied by Ryan W. Daniels. We're here for ExtremeMotorsports99.com. This is race 2 of the chase. Jake Nichols is trying to win this thing. Nate Trito's trying to say, I want to get back into this chase and hopefully be there at the end. And Mr. Cookies and Milk himself. So, it's kind of the flip side opposite of what we saw last week. We saw SRA dominating up front. This week we got Solar Flare Racing. But, as I say, as I say that, don't count out SRA. Because Bobby Cheney sitting fifth, Delonte Ballard sitting right there with him as we get set to go Green Flag Racing here this next lap. But also Alliance Racing, those guys are, wow, they're making a statement. Johnson Shipman right there in 4th. Mike Rominger right there in 7th.
Yeah, I mean,
and Rich Evans, my bad.
Yeah, I mean, and even Jeffrey Creek, the 4th Alliance Racing Group car.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him.
Yeah, definitely showing that these guys aren't going away. You know, if you look at the top 13, which is where Jeffrey Creek is running right now, it's in the 13th spot. It is comprised mostly of, if not all of, the top 3 are all the Solar Flare racing cars. You then have all of the Alliance Racing Group vehicles in that group, and you also have all but one of the SRA Motorsports Group cars in there as well, I believe.
Right. Yep.
Unless Justin, yeah, is Justin Gable in the top 13?
No. Well,
no. Okay.
He's
in the top
16th
14.
right now.
You have all but one of the SRA cars,
Yep.
Solar Flare and Alliance Racing.
Absolutely. As we're going to see this pace car is going to take a hard left turn on pit road here, Ryan, and send these monster machines flying down turn number 1 here tonight. Texas Motor Speedway, lap 31 of 184, and it has been a thriller so far. Guys are trying to get the handle on what these cars feel like, and they have been a handful. But the excitement we've got to see is these guys door to door, wheel to wheel, just ripping these things around Texas Speedway.
Yeah, these guys are really hauling when they're under green. You know, it's unfortunate that we've seen so many cautions so far, but again, it is a learning curve. Everybody's learning this new aero package, learning the new handling of the cars. I mean, even when you do have a driver who is a pro like Jake Nichols, it is very tough to learn a new situation like this. I mean, you know, the cars are handling different than they have in a very long time here in iRacing, so it is still learning for everybody. You know, as we actually see the 7 car of Tyler Civic get hung to the outside, he's going to lose a spot too. I believe that is Jonathan Shipman who made the pass and is now trying to run down Nate Trito for second spot.
It is.
And the caution is out again.
Wow, I'll tell you what, I was about to say, you got to look, though, Jonathan Kryptonite Shipman, he is making a statement here tonight. He is trying to bring that 23 machine to the front. What you see out there for the caution?
The 27 of Michael Mueller got loose off of turn 2.
All right, we'll go back and watch that again here. Michael not having a night, man, he really liked to have. Let's see what happened to him
not.
here. Yeah, I know. That's I'll tell you what, they race. Jonathan Shipman there, though. He's showing up tonight.
Yes, he has, and doesn't sound like the number 27 is very happy at all. He's rather frustrated, and they've actually just muted his mic over iRacing's chat.
Might have a reason why there, but I'm not going to say. I plead the fifth when I'm up here in the booth. I just play the replay and let people have their own opinion on it. How's that? Also, racing deal, 2 people going for the same real estate at the same time, and just didn't work out. That's usually my stand on it. But pit stops here, folks. Under yellow. Yeah, we've had a few cautions, and I just got to chalk that up to it's a whole new different package set up underneath this machine. And this car still is a beast of a car. No matter what they do, it's a cup car. I mean, you just don't jump in it and say, oh, well, great, we'll drive it. It's not like the Yugo. It's a bad machine. And but still, nonetheless, iRacing's done a wonderful job here with it to represent what it feels like. And even though Jake Nichols tonight has dominated a lot, I'll tell you what, Jonathan Kryptonite Shipman, we gave him that name for a reason because we watched him in the chase last season. He didn't make the chase, but he definitely got up there and mixed it up with them. And he ran down Jake Nichols on some races, and he's doing it again tonight.
Yes, he is. He's definitely up there running hard with these guys.
What's track temp again?
Track temperature tonight is 70, or track is 86 degrees. Air temperature is 79.
There you go. I forgot I had it on this actual thing here. There you go.
And,
track temp is what?
86.
Okay, well, my thing's showing 99. I don't know why.
Well, that just shows that everybody that joins in has different track settings.
Absolutely.
Now, I will say, Bobby Chaney did something very smart there. He has stayed out under this caution, even if he is not going to be able to stay at the front because of the old tire situation. He has given himself 1 bonus point for leading a lap here.
Absolutely. That bonus point is definitely very, very important. And Robert Shipman out there, I think that's the grandfather of Jonathan Shipman, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, sir.
And you got to look. He's got to be grinning ear to ear because I'm going to tell you, it's looking very good. What's going on, Robert Moyer? That's the man over there from Racing Freaks, Sim Racing Experience, sponsored by Stock Car Racing Experience. And if you're in the Pocono, Pennsylvania area, I'll give them a plug. I don't mind. The Pocono, Pennsylvania area, check those guys out if you want to learn how to drive a real car. So, and if you ain't got nothing to do on a Saturday night, you want to race some good cup racing, check Robert Moyer and those guys out, along with Extreme Motorsports 99 on Thursday. I mean, hey, it's awesome. You got cup excitement and I'm telling you, I drove these cars, and man, we're seeing the racing that I thought we would see. Very close, very fast. Guys being, I'm saying, when I say aggressive, Ryan, I don't mean these guys are overdriving it. It's just you can't. You feel like you can. You feel like you can overdrive. How's that? That's a better one.
Yeah, I would definitely say that you feel like you can make this car do certain things, but obviously, again, it is still the Cup car. There's still that level of, just erratic, out of controlness that I think these cars will probably still have in it. I mean, again, these cars do. From what I've gained from you and what I'm watching tonight, these cars definitely seem stable. But the second they get even a little bit out of shape, I'm not seeing anybody be able to save them. So that tells me that as long as these things are straight, they're fine. But the second you touch the wall or someone's right on your bumper and the air comes off of this thing, it is out of control. And that is something that, all of these guys are going to have to get used to with the new aero package and the new setups to these cars.
Absolutely. And I tell you what, right now, getting set to go back green flag racing. I want to appreciate all the viewers out there. And we'll appreciate all the admins. Definitely Rick Donaldson and everybody, man. It's just awesome tonight. Yeah, I'm like you, Robert. Dirt's fun and all, but I'm not a big dirt person. We'll talk about that in a minute. We get back to green flag racing here. I mean, lap 37 and 184. I know the admins down there, they're like, man, we had a lot of cautions. But look at this. SRA bunch up front. We done flipped the switch here. You got all three SRA. Holy cow. We had Solar Flare up there first. What happened? Now you got the SRA bunch came up front. Bobby Cheney, David Shutt, Delonte Ballard. Don't count out, though. Here comes Superman, though. He is flying to the front in a hurry.
Yeah, well, it is important to remember those three SRA cars that did stay out did not take tires and whatnot because obviously they just stayed out. So, I would not expect anything less than Jake Nichols to start to slowly pick his way through. Now, the question is, will the 41 and the 54 do any blocking for their team leader?
Well, team's team. You got to play it that way. Right now, 73's having a hard time getting around. Mr. Icon, the showstopper, Delonte Ballard, right now, he's on the inside of him, so we're going to see good tires versus bad. And C21, my man, I'll let y'all go to those deals right there. So I'm not an admin. I bring the excitement to you up here in the booth. And right now, they got excitement. SRA versus Solar Flare. This is what it is. Bobby Cheney's wanting to get out there because he knows he needs to lead some laps. He needs to get some valuable points. And he knows 73's coming.
Yeah, definitely applying the pressure. And even David Shutt is put it this way, the run that the 73 is getting is so fast behind the 41, it's actually starting to push the 41 to the back of the 99. Almost like the draft is kicking in and they're catching up, and that 73 is going to look low on David Shutt as they go through turn one. It's only a matter of time before Bobby Cheney is going to get swallowed up by these two, if not all three, Solar Flare Racing Fords.
Well, yeah, like you said, it's new tires versus old, but he had to do what he had to do to get up there and get some laps to get some bonus points here. Now, here's another thing is, he's also thinking about the big picture here. Even if Jake Nichols wins this race tonight, is if he can finish in second or third spot, it's still a battle, folks, for the points.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Bobby Cheney, we mentioned it all year. There's a reason we gave him the nickname Mr. Consistency. And that's because, and I'm going to do a Joeism here, because he's really consistent. Dude. And
yeah, we didn't need the last part, but okay.
But I'm sorry. But Bobby Cheney did exactly what he had to do last week. If you look at as far as outside of the chase went, Bobby Cheney was not only the most consistent driver, but he was the highest points driver, I do believe, that didn't win a race other than Nate Trito. So if that trend continues in the chase with him already having a win, he could put himself in a very good spot to win this championship, and the caution is out.
Yeah, Tyler Ducharme hit the wall. I was back in the back watching it, and I think it's just a single car spin. I think he just lost it.
Yeah, we'll take a look at that there. The 25, you are right, all tore up, and that was right after the start-finish line. Might have got a little help from the 27.
We'll see what happens here. See if it, maybe contact here or a little net code. Either way, we'll find out what happened. Now, I'm like you. It's not taking much to send these cars to spinning when they get near each other. Could be the new package, like I say, with guys getting close to each other. But we'll watch the replay and... from the angle, everybody be like, but he just got turned. Man, I'm going to tell you what, looks like some massive net code going on out there. I know we've thrown that word around before.
It is important to note that on iRacing right now, there's over 8,000 iRacers on, and usually when we do these races, it's right around 2. So this
Yeah.
dirt and everything update could definitely be causing some havoc with netcode on here for sure.
Yeah.
And that could be one of the reasons. Maybe it's not so much netcode from a great distance, it's netcode when they're hitting, and these hits are
Right.
reacting bigger than they actually are.
Yep. Well, everybody's heading down the pit road, and you're right on that one. I think you hit the nail on the head. Again, my hat's off to iRacing for what they've done. This was a huge update. Dirt came out, the update of the cars and everything like that, and it does look like. I mean, their servers did well. My hat's off. Everybody was kind of skeptical. I mean, heck, I was in with the bunch with it right there. So yeah. I think a lot of it's going to do with the netcode problem, because a lot of these cars I'm seeing looks like there's very, very light touch, if any, there on those cars if you watch them. So some of it I think is like what you just said, Ryan. Got a lot of congestion going on here, and some of it is probably the new package with the car.
Yeah, it has to be. It has to be the new package of the car. It has to be to do with some of the netcode and stuff like that, with the updates that are going on and the amount of servers and stuff that are up right now. I mean, that's the only thing that could even potentially lead to an issue like this to me. And again, this is day 2 after a massive update. Give it about a week, because iRacing is still, even if there's not a 3-hour update or something, there's going to be minor tweaks under the layers of iRacing where all this stuff will get itself sorted out.
Absolutely.
So I don't think you'll see this next week, for example. I think if there are any issues in terms of car contact and stuff like that they're having, they'll definitely have that sorted out by at least a week from now or so.
Oh, yeah. Somebody earlier in the chat said something about check out Martinsville Race Center Force TV. So, well, check that out after the race tonight at Extreme Motorsports. I don't have a problem with throwing that out. I don't know. There's D&D Racing. What's going on? Everybody likes dirt. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I'm gonna be in the minority here. I'm not a big dirt fan. I got a hard enough trouble, man, walking straight, let alone trying to drive sideways. So that's my stand on it.
Yeah, I tried the whole dirt thing yesterday. It didn't work. I'm not a dirt racer.
I tried it too. I tried it. Go on. I got out there in the truck, ran around a little bit, did some other things. I tried it, but I'm more impressed with this Cup car of how it feels. And I'm a NASCAR fan. I'm like Robert Moore, you're out there. I'm a NASCAR fan. I love that. So heck yeah.
Yeah, I'm here right now. I'm trying to listen to you, and I have a good friend here who's whispering to me over TeamSpeak.
Uh-oh. All right. Good deal.
Yeah.
Who's a good friend?
My driver of the number 09 Chevy, who unfortunately had to disconnect, is trying to whisper to me.
Why did he get disconnected?
He did disconnect from the server, but he is still here in the TeamSpeak, and he's trying to whisper to me. I don't know what he's trying to ask me, but Aiden, please just text me or something, buddy. I can't answer you when I'm streaming. I only have one button.
Yeah, tell him come out and chat, man. We'll be good. But anyways, about to get set to go back green flag race. We've got 184 laps here tonight. We're going to hit lap 47 here. And for ExtremeMotorsports99.com, it's going to be awesome. Well, like I say, yeah, Cookie Monster. Cookie Monster sitting in third, Becky. Now, see Becky out there. She's been all quiet tonight, Ryan.
Yeah, well, she said she's away right now from the TV screen, and that she could only see the chat. But she said she just saw the 7. So, yeah, old Cookie Machine, Mr. Popularity, got it up there running well right now.
All right, we're getting set to go. Pace cars in. He's going to set these machines here. Green flag in the air, Ryan. I tell you, Jake Nichols looking very good. He's got hard charging Nate Trito right there beside of him. He's bringing the whole Slow Flair racing team with him there. You got Nichols, Trito, Sifford, all 1, 2, and 3. Then you've got a duel side by side. David Shutt, Delonte Ballard, Don't count out that 23, though. Jonathan Kryptonite Shipman sitting in 6th. He's got Mr. Extreme, Mike Rominger, right there behind him, Trevor Apollo. And old Jeffrey Creek has moved up into the picture. I'm going to tell you, I call him a newcomer. I know he's been here in the past, champ, but he's a newcomer to me. And he has definitely made headway every time he's got behind the wheel of this Cup car.
Yeah, Jeffrey Creek has just been really working hard to get back in here. You're talking about him back racing back there with Jonathan Shipman and Trevor Rapolo and guys like that. I mean, Jeffrey Creek obviously returning to Extreme a few weeks ago. Said it was going to take him a couple weeks probably to get used to these Cup cars again, and now with this update, probably throwing him for another loop. But for a guy who's trying to relearn the car after being away for so long, not looking too bad right now, running an 8th spot in that number 42 machine.
Yeah, he is right there, man. Jonathan Shipman got pushed up 3 wide there with Trevor Apollo and Mike Rominger, and they came out of the turn beautifully. It looks like a storm, man, coming out of there. Jeffrey Creek, those moved up into 8th. Alante Ballard sitting in 5th. But these guys, oh, I love to say it, look like a hornet's bee's nest. As now you got side-by-side, door-to-door action. Lap 50 coming here, 184, folks, tonight. Texas Motor Speedway, Extreme Motorsports 99.com. Jonathan Shipman's, he was going to the front a minute ago, but now he's going to the back. Don't know what's up. He's on some bad tires. Maybe something wrong with the car. Don't know.
He does have a little bit of nose damage to the number 23 machine. From looks like he may have gotten into the back of somebody. We know that he was involved in a wreck earlier. Might be playing effect a little bit with the engine. Maybe just a little bit of aero damage. Obviously, the lower downforce might be affecting the car. But nothing to be too worried about, I would say. Definitely would appear that if he has that damage, he's saving his faster pair. I would say that much. So,
well,
Jonathan Shipman could still be a threat later.
Hey, that's smart. Don't blame him right there. As we're looking, Jake Nichols out front. Nate Trito doing what he has to do to solidify and get some points back here in this chase here tonight. Tyler Sifford right there in 4th. But look at old David Shutt. He says, hey, fellas, don't forget about SRA. We're still here, and we're about to bring some Toyotas to the front here, and that's what the Nightmare says. I'm about to give Superman and Hard Charger a nightmare. Look at the run he gets on the backstretch.
Yeah, he is getting a good run on that number 41 Toyota, and it is starting to look like kind of the question that I was begging to ask a little bit earlier. Would the new Camry model play into a positive effect for the Toyotas, or would it play negatively thus far with the different Toyota drivers I've seen up front and the way these Toyotas are driving? It has at least seemed to be an improvement on what was already a really good car to start the season for Toyota, and the Toyotas and the Fords definitely look to be the class of the field right now.
Absolutely, and right there, the class of the Toyotas, David Shutt, we call him the Nightmare, and he's about to get up there, man, behind the Superman, Jake Nichols. The reason we call him Superman's, well, he's flying with a cape and the Superman out front. He definitely is dominating. A man of steel is what I like to call him, but the man of steel has to sleep sometime, and when he shuts his eyes, the only thing he can see is a number 41, and that's David Shutt, because right now he is closing that gap and closing it in a hurry.
Yeah, and I want to ask the question, what is the name of the supervillain that Superman has to fight there? Bizarro, the opposite of Superman? Isn't that what it's called?
And Lex Luthor.
Okay, well, to be ironic, the Nightmare, David Shutt, driving a purple and silver Toyota tonight, the polar opposite colors of Superman, running the Bizarro colors essentially on that 41 machine, and the Nightmare is starting to reel in Superman.
Absolutely. He is about to yank that cape right off the back of the 73. We're looking here. We got a long green flag. Lap 56 of 184, folks. Tonight, Texas Motor Speedway. Everything's bigger in Texas, and we're about to see a big-time race here. Race 2 of the chase here for Extreme Motorsports 99.com. Joe White up here in the booth. And if I ever get over too excited for y'all folks, let me know and just say, Joe, calm down. You know what I mean? I just want y'all to understand. I love this stuff. This is awesome. Ryan, what do you think?
Yeah, man. I mean, I love being up here. I think this stuff's exciting. And I mentioned it the other night because I know some of our people, Oh my goodness. Some of the people that watch some of our streams don't watch all of the places that we broadcast. And one of the points I kind of made the other night during the ARCA division over on the Monday Night Thunder side of the leagues that we broadcast was that I like being up here in the booth with Joe. Joe likes being up here in the booth because he loves the broadcasting. I like being up here because, yes, I love doing the commentating, but for me, it's awesome to see a different perspective. When you're a driver on iRacing, and just like a real life situation where the driver comes out of the car and they get to be in the booth, it is so cool to see these guys drive the way they do and to be able to learn visually from guys like Jake Nichols when I'm up here in the booth with Joe and getting to watch what these guys do and just how impressive some of the stuff they do out here.
Absolutely. Right now, we're seeing a heck of a battle for 5th and 6th spot. You got Delonte, Showstopper Ballard right there. Mike, Mr. Extreme himself, Rominger. He is a past champion here. He knows how to get it done. Delonte Ballard, the SRA camp there in the Toyota. Looking very, very good. He pulls away a little bit from that Chevrolet a little bit. Looks like he got a good run off the turn there. Don't count out, though, because behind him, number 42 sneaking into the picture there. That's Jeffrey Creek. That's the Creek man. He's able to pull that thing up. Started 16th, currently 7th. Hey, I'm going to tell you, for a newcomer, the guy's been, I call him a newcomer because I haven't really seen him. But he is a past champion here. Just a little history thing from what I understand. Past champion. Actually, I think the very first champion in Extreme. Am I right?
I think so. I'm not 100% positive, but I do believe that's what Rick has told us in the past.
Yep, I think he's the very first champion here in Extreme. We'll go along with that story if we get told differently. But along with that, so, definitely knows, but he's been away for a while. Now we got that battle back as they've run down Tyler Sinford. Delonte Ballard has. Man, we're about to have a 3-4 car battle right here. I don't know if Mr. Milk and Cookie, he's up there probably eating on some cookies right now. But right now, Mike Rominger sitting on the back end of him, Mr. Showstopper on the outside. Mike Rominger said, hey, move over, my man. Oh, well, they get together.
Yes, they do. Minor touch at the left front of the number 7 there. And Jeffrey Creek and Delonte Ballard are going to follow suit. They're going to get their way around.
It's okay,
Tyler
Becky.
Sifford
You
as they
can
come
sit
across the
down.
start-finish line.
That's why I let Becky, she can sit down. He didn't wreck.
Yeah, no accident there, and Mike Rominger did come over the radio and apologize, and Tyler responded, all is good there, nothing intentional between the 4 and the 7 there on that one.
Well, it's just hard racing, but I tell you what, look at that number 4. He's bringing it to the front here. Mr. Extreme, Mike Rominger. He has passed the SRA, Mr. Showstopper, Delonte Ballard. He's trying to look down there. Nate Trito's right there in 3rd place. David Schutz in 2nd. But Jake Nichols, man, he is just checking out. Gone. He is out of here. He said, I took me, my cape, man, and my spaceship and everything else, my big old S chest, and I'm taking it on out the solar system here. We're Solar Flare Racing. What do you expect? We got the whole galaxy at our hand.
Superman running away with it right now.
Good Lord.
I've been wanting to do that all day. Waylon told me I should do that during a stream, and you know what? Waylon, if you see this, that one was for you.
Waylon Lamb. I tell you what, that boy is awesome right there. Right now, Tyler Sifford, he's back in 7th spot, looking very, very good. Hey, I want to definitely give a shout-out to Nate Trito. He won the race last night at Texas Motor Speedway here at ExtremeMotorsports99.com. Go check that thing out. You can relive all the great action in a moment there at Dre Broadcast Network. You can see Dre out there. He might have fell asleep already. I'm trying to wonder if can anybody fall asleep during one of my streams? I just wonder if they could.
I fall asleep every night to one of your streams.
Man, shut up. Anyways, back to the action here. We had Tyler Sifford running in 7th. And look at now, Alliance Motorsports. Wow, look at Richie Evans right there battling on the back door. He's knocking on the back door. Mr. Cookie Monster on for the 7th spot. He's in 8th right there. So now, Alliance Motorsports has come up here. They're probably saying, look, we love this Cup machine. Now, this thing's awesome.
Yeah, by far the best run of the season so far for Richie Evans in terms of just overall racing. I mean, aside from maybe Daytona, but Richie has stepped it up tonight here at Texas. We saw how well he ran last year in Extreme Motorsports 99's Truck Series, and this season has been up and down for him in that number 3 machine, but it has been a consistent battle between he and Aiden Young for Rookie of the Year, with Aiden having the troubles he has had tonight. Richie really looking to bounce back and running 8th right now in that number 3 machine. He is looking strong along with the rest of his Alliance Racing Group teammates.
Well, I appreciate that, Becky. But you know what? I said it this way. If I wasn't here, y'all would forget all about the joke. Anyway, I never got an answer from Spike.
The Joe.
The Joe. Yeah, the Joe.
The Joe.
The Joe. Sounds cool.
Is that like the coffee?
Well, I don't really drink coffee. I like Diet Dr. Pepper myself.
Nah, real Dr. Pepper for the win.
Diet Dr. Pepper.
Proud
Better
sponsor
for
of
you.
Iceman Motorsports and Ryan Daniels.
Oh, good. I never got an answer out there from Spike about the name.
I think she just wrote LOL when you asked the question, if I recall earlier.
Well, my bad. Well, right now we got a heck of a battle going on here. Richie Evans looking up underneath there, and that's actually looking up underneath for Tyler Sipper for 7th spot. So we was just talking about him a minute ago. And at number 3, he's got the throwback Goodwrench Chevrolet out there. Dale Earnhardt Sr. used to power around tracks back in the day, and looking very good here, like we said. He's one of the rookies here. Stepped it up from the Truck Series up here along with Aiden. Like we said, Aiden Young here.
Yeah, and that's not to say that there's not other rookies out here. We're just talking in terms of progression, guys that did not run in the Cup last year and are running, ran in a different division last year and have moved up to the Cup this year. There are drivers in the field, for example, like Jason Van Cleek, who runs all 3 divisions, but he is also new this year.
Yes. Well, absolutely. We say new. I mean, you'd have to look at the SRA guys, but obviously they're new to Extreme Motorsports, but they're not new to a Cup car. Obviously, they run. Well, when we say SRA, there actually is a league called SRA. It was Sim Racing Authority, I believe is what that stands for. And Bobby Chaney actually owns that and runs it. So he knows the treacherousness of the hard work it takes to run a league, and actually said that last week and whatnot. And he knows what they go through here and all. But, comes over here to run and mix it up a lot, and it's awesome. And if you ever get a chance, go check out that group over there at SRA. Awesome group. I mean, and like I've said earlier, check out the Racing Freaks. Heck, check out all of them, man. Don't just be one of them. I mean, check them out. Well, we got green flag pit stops. Oh, and Bryant Ward. I don't know if he got caught for speeding or not.
Take a look here for you.
Well, he came in there hot.
Oh, he was hauling. If he didn't get caught for speeding, he's probably going to get caught for an unsafe pit road entry, as his right side wheels were in the grass when he came across the cone.
Okay, well. Let's get a quick race summary right now. David Shutt staying the man out front, and with lap 72, 184, 6 lead changes, 6 cautions tonight so far, ladies and gentlemen. This one's been a good one. I had a few early on cautions out there, but no harm, no foul. Matthew Wazenbach taking his pit stop.
New leader.
Yeah, I just noticed that. The 41 ran him down. I'm telling you, man.
Jake is tight right now or something, man. He is losing spots left and right all of a sudden.
I'm telling you, this new package out here, he might love it in a short run, but in a long run, it might not favor him as he's used to. It was a flip side. He used to be dominant as when it came to long green flag runs, and now it looks like he's a lot better on the short runs because, man, look at Mike Rominger. He's running him down. Jeffrey Creek right there. We just talked about, man.
This is getting interesting. I'll say that much. And someone like David Shutt, this is what he needs. How strange,
what was David Shutt at the points?
I want to say, let me take a look. I have it on my computer.
All right. And the statistician Ryan W. Daniels.
Working on it, folks. It'll just be about 4 seconds while my slow computer loads it up because, I'm good for 3 things.
Well,
racing,
they're all coming in the
broadcasting,
pits. They are all coming in the pits.
I can hear that, too. I can hear them all go, whoa! 73 was bouncing there a little bit. It looked like he might have gotten to the back of the 97. Let's see here. Cup Series points. I think the 41's at least in the top 3 in points. I'll say that much.
He's there because he finished
second.
Yeah, so, well.
Yeah, so he's second in points.
He'd be second points, yeah. There you go. I understand.
I feel bad. I should have known that.
Man,
okay.
Dog. Man, I pay him for one job, folks. One job.
You pay me?
I do. I gave you a quarter.
When?
Like a long time ago.
Oh, wow. Trito got lucky there. Did you see how sideways he got when he came out of the pit lane that time?
Now I was looking there at Mike Rominger right fast.
Oh, Nate Trito came off of the pit road, man. He was coming up to speed in the middle of the corner there in turn 1, and that 97 stepped out sideways, and he's going to lose a spot to his teammate Jake Nichols as they're coming up to speed.
Man, that's crazy. I'll tell you what, right now, this is some good action going on the track here. We're looking at Jeffrey Creech currently in 10th. Now, you're wondering why the running order's all jumbled up just a little bit. Is because, hey, they just all took a green flag pit stop. And we're at lap 77 to 184 tonight. StreamMotorsports99.com. This is race number 2 of the chase, folks. We have got, 3 after this? And we're done for the season. And we're going to crown a champ here. And it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, and something has happened to the number 3 car of Richie Evans. He came out of the pits, was getting up to speed, and then for some reason, he didn't get fuel.
Really? Wow.
The Iracing glitched out. The number 3 pitted, got 4 tires. It did not give him fuel. He is out of gas, and he is coasting through his pit stall at 40 miles an hour in turn 3.
They didn't pay the bill.
Didn't pay the bill.
Nate's computer froze for a second. Oh, okay.
Oh, that's why he got sideways.
Ah, okay.
Well, that's lucky, I suppose.
Yeah, no doubt. Lucky right there. That was awesome.
Yeah, a second. That's about all it takes normally.
Well, right now, David Shutt is your man back out front. Tom Whitmore. Wow, Tom Whitmore he's back up there in second spot again. He's bounced back. So right now we got a Toyota camping ground going on up front here. They're trying to show the Fords up here tonight. Texas Motor Speedway here. We're loving every minute of it. David, I don't know if anybody ever recognized that song. So that's kind of, see if anybody caught that.
I don't know what, I missed it, so.
Never mind. Anyways, we had a great battle going on up front, folks, right here. David Nightmares. Hey, got me all messed up. That's what we do, folks. We have fun, call races, get up here at this. It's ExtremeMotorsports99.com, and I love it. And again, I want to appreciate all the viewers out there. As always, man, I enjoy each and every one of you. Let me hear who y'all think's favorite tonight, because right now, I'm going to tell you, Jake Nichols, he's sitting in third. He's about 6/10, 7/10 off. Look at that. Iura, he got it.
I will say this. If we want to talk about somebody different right now, let's give a call to the driver of the number 9 machine, Trevor Rapolo. We don't usually get a chance to talk about him running 5th right now, right in front of Mike Rominger and Jeffrey Creek. He's found himself in the top 5, being on the same pit cycle as Tom Wetmore.
Absolutely, right there. And he's got Mr. Extreme right there behind him, Mike Rominger. He is looking like a stalking prey, man. He is on there to tee up the Jaws music, because he's about to take it over right here. You got Trevor Rapolo sitting in 5th, 6th place, Mike Rominger right there, folks. Looking very, very good. Right behind him, Jeffrey Creek. But we got a heck of a battle going on up here up front, as old Jake Nichols is trying to run down David Shutt, and he might get it done. But he's also bringing along with him Nate Trito, hard charger right there to get up underneath Tom Whitmore.
Yes, he has, and whatever happened to the number 3 car of Richie Evans has been more significant than I would say fuel, as Richie has gone 4 laps, but now 5 laps down.
Screenshot. What screenshot? I'm confused. And what do you mean, Becky? Okay, Tyler Mr. Popular. He's popular because he's just popular. I mean, there ain't nothing need to be said about him. Tyler Sifford, Mr. Popularity.
Yeah.
I don't know what she say. Sifford is the favorite. Oh, when I asked who y'all think the favorite is, well, I know Becky's gonna pick, man. Of course, she gonna pick Tyler. I'm just saying, who you think? Because right now, sure, Jake Nichols has been able to pull back up there in second spot, and he's right there near David Shutt. He's probably, lo and behold, probably will take it, but he's got Nate Trito all over his back deck lid. But what we saw a little bit earlier is in the long run there, David Shutt, he ran down Jake Nichols in the long run. And right now, he's in front of him. So if he stays where he's at and does what he did again, he's just going to pull away. Maybe that Toyota and this package they've got underneath here, it's just, it's suiting them, their driving style.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that, and just getting a good chuckle in here at what Becky just wrote in the chat. Copy what I said earlier.
Oh, my bad.
Well,
Yeah, I
duh,
get you, Robert.
of course he's popular.
Well, yeah, he's popular. I mean, the man's popular every week, everywhere he goes. That's a Superman right there, the hard-charging Nate Trito. But the Nightmare out front saying, look, fellas, don't sleep. You won't sleep. What's that old saying? 1, 2. David Shutt's coming for you. 3, 4. You ain't ever sleeping no more. So there you go, folks. The 41's out front, and he's looking very good. He's got Superman, and Superman's got his eyes wide open because he's trying to run down that man in front of him. And the 41, he just can't close the gap. It's just right there in his sights, and he just can't get it done. You like my rhyme, by the way?
You butchered it, man. I'm literally sitting here with my hand upside down,
No,
open
that was
palm,
the David
just like,
Shutt one, man.
Yes,
I know the original.
Look, I've seen the movies with.
Well, I know the original.
With
Okay,
Freddy Krueger, man.
I know the original, but this
you
man
can't
right
do
here,
the reference and not do it right. Oh,
you just don't get
Joe.
it, do you, folks? Ryan just don't get it when the fact is it was intended to fit. This is the same guy who
1,
thinks.
2, the nightmare's coming for you. 3, 4, better lock your door. 5, 6,
Don't
get your
go through the
crucifix.
whole. No, we don't need to hear it. All right, we don't need to hear it. Look, the
Well,
man,
9, 10, he better watch his back door
this-
because he's got Superman chewing on the back
Well,
of that
the
nightmare's
Superman
car.
right now, he's got Nate Trito all over the back door of him here tonight. But it's been I'm gonna tell you, we watched the 41. What he did earlier before that pit stop, he ran down Jake. Right now, he's holding him at bay on a very long run. So if he can keep holding him at bay, because obviously they all came in at the same time and got tires, so they're all on a level playing field, all three of those machines. Could we see the Toyotas and the SRA camp is better on the long run now, and Jake Nichols is better on the short run, and he's going to have to rethink his strategy of, I'm used to coming from the back and then dominating. Now I might have to be at the front and be dominating.
Yeah, I could definitely see that being a possibility. I mean, with the way that David Shutt is out in front leading right now. But let's bear in mind, I mean, we are only at lap 92 of 184. So, I mean, there is still a long way to go. Yeah, I mean, we are at halfway right now, though. And I really don't think that Jake has probably turned up the wick just yet. But he does need to catch up to the 41 a little bit here. He cannot afford at the halfway point to start letting that 41 get a big lead.
Absolutely
especially if
not.
we're going to be under green for a long term.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. If they take another green flag pit stops, evidently we all know the 41's coming in when Jake and him comes in. Or vice versa. We know that Jake and him's coming in as soon as they see the 41 go down there. So with that said, but you want to talk about lap times. Lap times of 28.752 is what David Shutt ran the time prior. And Jake Nichols ran a 28.837. Right there, no, they were 1/1000th of a second off of each other this next lap. This lap they just completed. So those two guys are running almost identical times.
Yeah, I mean, they're...
What's going on, Chris?
You know, they're running really close right now, though, in terms of lap times. Those two guys are up front.
Well, he might have heard you, Jake Nichols, as far as saying he might need to turn it up, not let him get too far ahead, because you're right. The further he gets ahead, and like I was saying, he goes into that pit, that's just that much further coming out on good tires. I think Jake's going to have to rethink his strategy. It's going to take him being in the lead, and we're so used to seeing him start second, third, or maybe fourth, and then just power to the front. Like I said, he might not be able to do it. Not under this style of package of what this car's got.
Excuse me, I was yawning there. Not that I'm yawning to you. I'm quite tired today. But, yeah, I mean, I agree. You know, it is almost like Jake did hear me, and he's starting to turn up that wick a little bit. But then again, remember, we saw Jake being out in front, and he burned his stuff off. And that's kind of why the 41 caught him, I think, near the end of that run. Maybe the 73 was pushing it a little bit hard. Maybe Jake is now, in turn, letting David do the same type of thing and trying to figure out, okay, if he can do that to me, what do I have to do to be able to do the same thing to David Shutt?
Chris, well, I'll tell you what, right now, they're on a pretty good, substantial, long green flag run. They just had pit stops probably, about 10 laps ago, maybe? Something like that, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Right
that's what I
around
was
10,
thinking, yeah.
in between the 10-15 lap range.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So we're looking, how long do you think they went? They went, about 30 laps, wasn't it?
Let me take a look here for you. I can find out.
Yeah, I'm thinking that, it's around that time. But either way, just the way you're doing that, I don't know, because, we are right here. Here's the thing we've got to start thinking about. This thing goes green for a substantial long time. We're getting here to lap 98, Ryan, of 184. That would put you, if they did 30 laps, that's going to put you close. You got to think about going almost try to go 40 laps. And then maybe on that last one, stretch it, because we're either looking at, 2 more pit stops, or at least 1 more pit stop.
They went exactly 30 laps. And the 41 of David Shutt last pit in on lap 76, so that means his next stop is going to be at lap 106.
I tell you, here's where it started. And Matthew Wazenbach's coming down pit road along with Bryant Ward, and it wasn't shortly after that everybody else came down. So, kind of give you an idea, I think we'll start seeing green flag pit stops here soon.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. They're right around that 30-lap mark again now. So the 41 of David Shutt is going to have to pit here by lap 106, the max, I would say, for that 41 machine. And, it's definitely looking like right now, as this run goes on and the way the track rubber's in, that his Toyota is definitely starting to get better and better. He is continuing to pull away from Jake Nichols.
Yeah, and I want to say, excuse me, I want to say, you were talking about it, Jake not turning the wick up. He's letting him get an awful long far ahead of him. I really think either Jake's just playing possum, and he really just isn't. It's all he's got, because he can't afford to let David get that far ahead of him at the closing end of the laps on good tires. Because what'll happen is he will tear his tires up running him down and won't have anything to try to pass him with.
Exactly, and I agree with you 100% on that. That is the only way you can describe it, is that is exactly what will happen. Jake has put himself in a position that we're not used to seeing Jake in, and that really the only thing he can do right now is try to catch the 41 off guard, pit, and have
Caution
the
might
41
help
not come
Caution
in.
would
Yeah,
help him.
caution would definitely help putting everyone back on the same strategy. But if Jake were to, let's say, pit a lap before the 41 car does, use that 1 lap extra that he's on fresh tires, so the 41 is either coming up to speed or pitting, then Jake could probably catch back up to him, or at least be closer than he is now.
Okay, well, I tell you, you also got to look the man in 4th place right there, Jeffrey Treek. He is making his way up there slowly but surely, trying to show something, Mike Rummeter. So, Team Alliance Racing here tonight, folks, has definitely turned it up and looked very, very good here. Even Jonathan Shipman's coming up through there. Bobby Chaney's trying to bounce back. Not had the night that he really wanted. He's just trying to play it smart, but nonetheless, David Shutt is. And Delonte Ballard right there in 6th. So SRA Camp still here. They're not out of it. But Jake Nichols, he was very excited about Texas. I talked to him this past week, and he was very, very, he was very excited. He said, "Texas, yeah." Ooh. I think this new Cup setup has thrown him just a little bit. I don't think he was kind of expecting it like it was.
No, I would agree 100% too. We saw him run really, really well last year here at this track. Here at Texas Motor Speedway, we saw Jake win this race in the chase, I do believe, last year as well, as I'm riding on board with the 42 of Jeffrey Creek, who is hitting the pit lane right now. Jake definitely dominated last season. Doesn't appear to have quite the same car here tonight, at least not at this point.
Well, that's what I was saying. Exactly right there is, I got a feeling we're going to see David Shutt and him come into pits. Is actually...
It is lap 106. The 41 I just heard, he is coming in.
Yep, here he comes in 973. Yep, I told you, 73's coming with the 41. They're on the same. He has to. He has no choice. If he stayed out another, you're right, Chris. About the only thing Jake could do would be short pitted to 41 to gain some time, because if he stays out the way it is, and we're going to watch this pit stop right here, because if David Shutt gets out in front of Jake Nichols, which by what we're seeing he should, gonna be close. Gonna be close. And he is. If he keeps doing that all night long, checkmate. That's all I got to say. I don't want to count him out. I mean, I always talk about it, but man, this has been a duel, folks. If you have not stayed up on what has went on between Solar Flare Racing, Jake Nichols' company, and SRA, wow. And man, look at Jeffrey Creek.
I was just going to say, we got a new driver in second, and a driver who's going to be looking to get the lead here by the time they get to turn one. Jeffrey Creek pitted about a lap earlier than these guys. He is coming with a full head of steam, and he was well back of these drivers, so that just goes to show pitting 1 lap earlier for the 42 took him from in 5th spot, about 3 seconds behind David Shutt, to right on his back bumper with only 1 lap older tires. That could pay off in this race.
Well, right now, Jeffrey Creek's running 28.1, so flat
he's
getting
trying
it
to
done.
get the lead.
Yeah, he's gone. And this is what Jake Nichols needs. He needs for him to hold that 41 up high.
And how about Tom Wetmore working his way back into 4th spot right now as
Man,
well?
how about the battle for second? Man, the 41 says, not so fast, Superman. Wow, they are door to door coming out of the turn here. This time about lap 110 of 184. They are not letting loose of each other. They are staying glued together. Well, finally Jake Nichols gets around him. Man.
Yeah, finally, and I think the 41 is probably just content to let him go at this point and just try to race it out right now and try to work his way back around Jake, I would say.
Well, you know, the newcomer, Jeffrey Creek, he came flying up there, short pitted these guys. So, might give Jake a little bit of an idea of, hey, look, he can do it, I can do it, type of style there. As a tremendous battle going on. You got to give a hats off to that 55, Tom Whitmore. That cat, boy, has really just flown around here. He had trouble early on, got into a spin, and he has just bounced back, and now he's sitting in 4th also there. Nate Trito sitting in 6th. Mike Rominger, we call him Mr. Extreme. He is sitting there in 5th place. Trevor Rapolo, 7th. Justin Gable looking very good right there in 8th. And Jonathan Kryptonite Shipman in 9th. Bryant No Fear Ward, he pulling it up in the 10th spot.
Yeah, and it is important tonight, while we're mentioning drivers who are having good runs, a driver who is not here tonight, in Rick's absence tonight, Jonathan Houston, who admins in the Truck Series, has pulled out of this race, the 88 machine, and John is actually in the booth with Don Kidder and Ryan Keese this evening.
Well, I didn't notice that, but you are right there. He is not out here tonight, so good deal. Men stepping in, helping the admins out as always, and hearts and prayers going out there to Rick Donsman and his family, and also with heart prayers out there for Don Kidder and his family and all. As tonight we're here at Texas Motor Speedway, folks. ExtremeMotorsports99.com. This is race 2 of the chase, and it has been an extreme affair. A lot of drama played out. That's the way I'm going to put it. Ryan, these guys have a lot of dramas we're seeing right there. The 2nd, 3rd place man. I don't want to take anything away from Jeffrey Creek, what he's doing, because he definitely would love to win this race. And he's a phenomenal guy. I mean, it's been a sensation for him ever since he's got here. He came from dead last into the race, and he finished with a top 10 there. And last week he had a pretty darn good, I think he had a pretty good run last week, if I'm not mistaken. And
he was running well last week. I can't recall that he finished near the front because of the way the draft model was. But you are right, at Michigan, he started dead last, finished 2nd to Jake Nichols.
That's right.
And he told us in that race that he didn't think he was running that good. When you can run 2nd to Jake Nichols and you're not running that good,
well,
I'd hate to see you when you're running really good, like right now.
Let me tell you. I talked to him, and I asked him flat, because I ask anybody that comes in here, do you think you got anything for the Superman that we call him, Jake Nichols? And he goes, that's my whole goal, is to come here and beat him. He said, it'll take me time, but folks, right now he's laying down 28.19 laps, and he was laying down 28.0s earlier. He's actually was a little bit faster than Jake Nichols than behind him. Now, David Shutt, again, on longer runs, is the fastest man right now up front. And he is, it's like all those times between those three, one will be faster than the other. I mean, they're within, it's not tenths, they're within like hundreds of each other.
Yeah, it is very close, and we're actually starting to see the 73 and the 41 start to reel in Jeffrey a little bit here as they come through turns 3 and 4 here to take lap 118 of 186. Starting to get down to a point in this race where you're going to start separating the cars out of the class of the field from the rest of them, and right now, certainly looking like the three most highly contended vehicles for the win tonight are going to be the 42, 73, and 41.
Absolutely right there. We had a little rash of cautions early on. These guys kind of filling out what these cars feel like. Iracing did a major change to them right now. Superman on the back deck lid there. Jeffrey Creek, who is looking very good on the inside. Now, what that 41 wants to see is Jeffrey Creek battling a cool breeze on the 73, but I just don't think it's going to be all for naught. As, man, he just made it. And here comes the 41. Good sportsmanship by the 42 there. He understands those guys are very fast. He did not even, I don't want to say he didn't try, because that's a kind of harsh word, but can't let him go. You know, he knew there was a lot faster.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a smart move by Jeffrey Creek. He knows there's nothing to be gained right now. If they just caught him that fast, there's nothing to be gained for him to push that car. He'd rather run a second behind, pit a lap early, like he did last time, and be ahead of them again at the end of the pit, the green flag, pit stops, or what have you, than continue to race up there and lose even further time to those two. Let them race it out and burn their stuff up and just start saving your equipment, getting ready for the next pit stops.
Absolutely. Well, you talk about lap times between Jake Nichols and David Shutt. Just to give you an idea, Jake Nichols last time a 28.357, Shutt 28.332. This time, check this out, 28.408, 28.384. Shutt is a lot faster on the long runs. I got a feeling the 73 is a lot faster on the short runs. It's going to be interesting as we come down here because, folks, I don't think they're going to be able to push these cars to make it only one pit stop, are they?
No, they're going to have a couple more pit stops to go. They, like I say, it's every 30 laps, so they all for example, the 42 of Jeffrey Creek last pitted at lap 106. He's going to have to pit again at lap 136 and then again at 166. At that point, he will have 10 laps to the good to the end of the race. Jake Nichols and David Shutt can go one lap further than the 41 car, but it is at least 2 more stops to this point.
All right, well, I'll tell you what, as we're getting down here close, folks, the tension's building here. The Texas Motor Speedway, ExtremeMotorsports99.com. Joe White up here in the booth, accompanied by Ryan W. Daniels here, OSR Network. Oh, by the way, did I mention OSR Network, YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch? We're multi-streaming again, folks. We're back at it. Check us out on the web. Online Sim Racing. Online Sim Racing Network.com. What'd you say?
And follow us on Twitter.
Yeah, we're on Twitter. Yeah, we're on Twitter too. Tweeter.
At OSR Network or at Joe White 302.
Nah, just say OSR Network. You can look it up.
Okay, so at OSR Network and at RDNation1328, you can follow both of us there on YouTube.
Absolutely.
Or on Twitter.
Yeah,
and
Twitter.
YouTube, I guess.
And YouTube. Yeah, you got YouTube. There you go. These guys are right now. Tyler Sifford's in a heck of a battle right there with some SRA guys. He's got Delonte Showstopper Ballard. He's looking on the inside. He said, look, I'll throw a few chocolate chips out there to you while I'm going by, man. Look, you'll have to get the gallon of milk out the back of the car, man. I can't get back there quite yet. Nonetheless, yeah, Bobby Chaney right there on the back deck lid of him. Delonte Ballard's going, hey, wait a minute. Get back here.
Well, these guys up here definitely battling hard right now between the 54, the 7, and the 99, all battling to be the first car outside the top 10. Battling to get back into the top 10 as Trevor Rapolo right now is the driver sitting in 9th, and Tom Wetmore has fallen from 4th all the way back to 8th spot right now.
I'll tell you what, Delonte Ballard just about took a whole bite-sized chunk out the back door there. Tyler Sifford going in that turn. I mean, that Toyota looks evil-eyed in the front now. It looks just like a mean-looking cat, boy, coming around. going
Man,
around
that thing
that
looks
track.
like a demon.
It does, man. Well, that fits the nightmare there. He looks like a demon running around this track. You got the showman right there flying around. As he was almost trying to take a bite out the back end of Tyler Sipper. What's going on, John Marine? How you doing out there? Did you lose you?
No, I'm here. I'm sorry. I was trying to look through the field. I was trying to find somebody. I wanted to try to see who we can try to give a call to in this race. And I think a good person to try to...
check it out.
What?
You check out old Brian Ward's paint job?
I didn't.
Check out the hood. He's got a Superman logo on the hood. I thought at first it looked like a pot plant on that thing. I'm serious, man. Look at the front of the car.
Man,
It does look like a pot.
It's the green Superman logo.
It is the green Superman logo on it. Yeah, it was. And at first I thought, it looked like a pot plant. Then I saw the Superman logo and I went, oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I don't know what he's got there. He's in the Devil Dog racing machine.
Yeah.
With looks like Fox sponsorship on the side, like not like Fox the clothing line, not Fox the TV station, and then the Superman logo on the hood. But
Yeah.
I don't know what that's from or what that's entailing.
It's got
but-
DDR is what it says. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, well, Devil Dog Racing is,
okay.
is the team.
Well,
but, the Superman deal, I don't know what he's
well,
got that from, but I like it.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. I like that. I hate to break the bad news to him, but he ain't Superman out here. He's the no fear Brian Ward.
He is the Devil Dog.
He is. He has no fear, and the reason we say no fear is because, well, when he puts that car anywhere he wants to, he's got no fear doing it. And he definitely will put it anywhere he would like at any time. Right now, Jake Nichols has got his hands full because he's got David Shutt running him down. Looks like Shutt is a little faster than he is, but is content to run right there with him. Those guys have been on the same pit cycle. Now, it might bode well for Jake Nichols to stay in front of him because it'll get him out out in front of him. And we've seen Jake Nichols be a lot faster than him on the short run.
Yeah, I mean, it's very strange, too, though. Like, the two separate runs that we've just seen. The run before this, we saw the 41 be well out in front of the 73 when they came in. Now, this run, it would appear... Now, I understand that the 42 was battling with these two initially at the beginning of the run, but the 41 car has not, to me anyway, even had, either the 73 of Jake Nichols stepped it up now. He's done exactly what we said he would do, and as the race has gone on, he's turned that wick up, and he's starting to race it harder. Or the 41 is starting to lose something as this track continues to get more and more rubber put down on it.
I don't see him losing a lot there, Ryan, because you got to look.
I'm not saying losing a ton, but I'm saying he's obviously gone from having almost a 2-second lead now being back behind the 73.
Yeah, but he's right there. If you watch the lap times, and that's what I'm watching, I mean, each lap after lap, it's like one's faster than the other. See, like that lap, David Shutt's faster. The last lap prior, Jake Nichols was faster. It's like they're swapped, but they're only faster by a couple hundredths, and a couple hundredths isn't going to make that big. I mean, it does, but as we see, I say that, look at he's dives down the inside.
Yes, he is, and he's going to get that nose underneath Jake Nichols and just try to get that lead back. Now, it's like I was saying, I am not saying...
Jake pushed up the wall almost.
Yes, he did. He got very close to that wall there as they came off of turn 4, but... David Shutt, I'm not saying that car is losing anything. What I felt like was maybe that last particular run, the track was in a stage and the car was at a stage where it really suited the tires well, it suited his driving style more. Now that it's rubbered up, it's kind of back to the same thing as early on in the race, where as the run goes on, the 41 is better on the long run again, and now the 73 is actually starting to lose that a little bit again here as we're getting later in the run. At this point, too, these two are going to have to come in as Jeffrey Creek, I do believe, is on pit road.
Ooh, man, I'll tell you what, Jake Nichols, he is a consummate professional there, able to control that car, pulls it right up on the deck lid there. David Shutt, now he's trying to dive on the inside, looking like he's going to take that inside. But the inside line might be the preferred line around this track. They're just swapping that position back and forth. They're that dead. Hold on to your hats, folks, is all I got to say, because if these two cars are side by side to last, I got a feeling they're feeling each other out to see who's the faster and who ain't.
Yeah, well, it's definitely going to be interesting here because they're both going to have to pit. And the 41 is all over the back of Jakey as he pushes him off the corner. Wow, these two are
Man.
getting aggressive up front.
Yes, he is. Well, I tell you what, he has given him a scare of his life. This is a dual battle for the lead. We only got 48 laps left. They're coming into pits.
Yes, they are, and they're coming in awful hot.
Have you ever seen someone...
Oh!
Wow. Have you ever seen somebody pass somebody and then come into the pits at the same turn?
Yeah, but I also don't think that's going to bode very well. The 41 just said something over the radio, and I think the 41 might have sped.
Well, he
or
looked
at least
like
gotten
he
a penalty
did.
for hitting the cone.
He might have. We'll have to see. And if he did, I'm going to say that's not a devastating, but hey, you know.
Oh, it's kind of devastating if he has to come back and take a pass through under green at this stage in the race.
He
And
got
he
a
is not
penalty.
going. Yep, he got a penalty, and
Wow.
Jake Nichols did not. Wow.
Mm.
That is a game changer for sure right there.
Well, we got 47 laps on the caution here. Would definitely help that cause of him. We'll see how long he has to sit here. All right, he's
15
off.
seconds.
All right, he's off. He got out there, so.
New leader, 42, Jeffrey Creek by a big margin.
Well, they just said he pitted a lap prior. Keep an eye on him. That's what he did before. Tom Whitmore sitting right there in second. So, folks, Jeffrey Creek's got a heck of a run. He's got a 4.6 second lead. Now, here's my next scenario for you, Ryan. Start calculating, get your head spinning, get your paper running, man, because what do you do now for that last pit stop? You can't take 4 tires, can you?
Oh, you have to. You absolutely have to take 4. Because,
Think so?
again, because this is a 184-lap race. As long as it is under green, every single time you come in, you have to take tires. There is no way. That's what's getting Jeffrey Creek out to this huge lead. It's the fact that he's out one extra, if not another extra lap, and the caution is out.
Oh, now that's going to help David Shutt.
Yes, that is huge for David Shutt.
Yes,
that's
it
going
is.
to catch him back up, and that's going to put Jason Van Cleek, I believe, is going to get the free pass. Now everybody's going to come in. Everybody's going to come in, and at this point, it's going to be close.
Yeah, you still got 44 laps, folks, here.
Yeah, they're going to
What
have
was
at
the
least
caution,
one more
by the way?
stop. I got to find it. I don't actually know. Let me go back a little bit here, and I'll
I'll say
pause
it's probably
while
got
these
something to
guys
do
were-
with the 20, probably.
Could definitely be that. I got to kind of... Oh, the 54 spun off of turn 4.
Well, that's Delonte Ballard.
Yes, he did. He looks like he clipped that apron a little bit middle of turn 3 and 4 and just spun it around.
All right, well, let's see if we can't get an idea. Here's where here's the thing. We're going to have 44 laps. And, folks, it's going to come down to this. Like you said, they've been going 30 laps or so. That's about 15 laps shy. There's nobody going to be able to make it all the way, even with this caution.
Yeah. You
But
can only
let me
go 30
back to my
laps,
original
so-
question for you, Ryan.
What's that?
You definitely take 4 tires now. But with 10 laps to go, do you take 4 tires?
I still think you have to. With the way that we've seen the 42 get out there and be able to run away on the 4 tires when he's pitting 1 lap earlier, I think it depends who you pit with, honestly. I think if the 42 comes in and the 73 and the 41, for example, don't follow him on the pit road, you take 4. If the 73 pits with you, you have to do whatever you think he's going to do. And if Jake is only going to take 2 with, let's say, 7 laps to go, you have to take the 2. You have to do whatever the person you're racing with does, especially if you're the leader. That's the problem with
David
being
Shutt
the leader.
didn't come in to pit.
And that doesn't surprise me all that much. He's going to want to get all that track position back, as he was back in 16th spot. Only ran about a lap under green.
Yeah.
Now, it's not going to help him, though. Tires are still going to be huge.
Yeah, well, and that's what I was saying. I was about to say there, him and Jake Nichols, pitted earlier. I don't really. I mean, everybody's going to pit again, anyways, like you said. So he's only off cycle tire wise by what, 2-3
lap or
laps
2?
maybe.
Yeah.
So I don't see it hurting him that bad. Like you said, I mean, he actually could probably give up some positions to hopefully at that last ditch effort at the end of the race get 4 tires and then just go all out. Right here though, leading laps is probably what he wants to do, because here's the thing, he's led 37 laps. I don't know that there's a bonus for leading the most here in this league. I don't think
Yes,
there
there
is.
is.
Oh, there is? Okay, well,
I believe there's one for leading the most, and I felt like there was one for winning the race, but I could be wrong.
I know there is one for winning a race. There's one for leading, there's one for winning a race, and obviously a position, a point for every position. So, him and Jake Nichols both have led laps. They both got that bonus point. But Jake Nichols has led 71 laps here tonight. David's led 37. He would have to lead a lot here. And Tyler Sifford up there, too. I don't know if he pitted either.
Yeah, the top three did not come in. The 41, 7, and 97 all did not come in.
Well,
and it'll be Jeffrey Creek and Tom Wetmore on 4 fresh tires in front of Nichols, Shipman, and Rapolo.
Want to appreciate all the viewers out there, because this is about to get interesting here. And the reason me and Ryan's up here talking about all this is this is race 2 of the chase here for ExtremeMotorsports99.com. We're at Texas Motor Speedway here tonight. We're 41 laps to go, folks. We have got Tyler Sifford, David Nightmare Shutt, 1 and 2 up there. Hard charging Nate Trito behind him. Don't count out that 42 of Jeffrey Creek, right there. Then Jake Nichols, obviously up there. I hate to say it, but this new thing that he might have been all excited about definitely has not turned out like he wanted it here. He's got some other guys that definitely as confident as he's been. He's got some guys here wanting to dethrone him as champ.
You say that, but when you think about it, has it really not worked in Jake's favor yet? He's still at the most laps at this point. Still been no worse than about second or third in this race under green when they're not pitting. Jake is pretty well still got this. It's close.
If David Shutt wins this one, so we get to go back green flag racing, and Nichols can't get no further than where he's at now, yeah, that's huge, especially with him sitting 5th in points. So right now we're green flag. Look at that. At 41, he takes off. He is gone like a nightmare in the wind. He is taking it out front. There's 97. That's Nate Trito. Now, hey, we won't want to talk too long, because that guy, he can definitely put it to the wind. Oh, Tom Whitmore. Heck, man, that dude's still up there. As there's a storm of a hornet's nest. And Jonathan Kryptonite Shipman, the 23, where the heck did he come from?
Well, I'll tell you what happened. The 7 car, Tyler Sifford, did not get going at all on the restart, and that hung out the 42 car. The 73 has leapfrogged him, and a lot of cars that were on the inside lane have made a lot of passes. Tyler Sifford not very fast on this last restart. That has put now the 55 racing for second. Justin Gable's now in the top 5, as is Jonathan Shipman.
Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, Ryan, since we got these cars all pounded up here, man, nose to tail, 2x2, side-by-side stuff, let's bring the speed.
We have a caution.
Yeah, well, I was about to say, going to bring speed cam, but that's okay. What's the caution on?
Tyler Sifford in the wall on turn 4. And he might have got a bit of help.
You should have just said, you don't know.
No, netcode, I'm sorry.
Well, let's watch it right here. It was just a storm of cars right there. Jake Nichols right there up underneath him. Jeffrey Creek's right behind him. The SRA car right there, looks like Bobby Cheney. And watching a replay here. Let's see what happens. Jeffrey Creek's on the inside. Trevor Rapolo's on the. You know what, man? There's some severe net code going on. Because that's actually, I might say, that was just barely a touch, if it was a touch. Wow.
Yeah, definitely a bit of net code contributed to sending that number 7 car around. Whoa, this 55 almost got spun out by the 23. The 23 decided he wasn't going to pit and stay out, and he clipped the back of the 55 of Tom Wetmore, who may actually get a penalty here for crossing the commitment line.
Let me ask you a question. Can David Shutt go the whole way?
30 laps from right now, no.
Don't think so?
On lap 148, no, because that's 30 laps is only going to put him at 178. He's
Okay,
got
now
to go
let me
to
ask
186.
you. Let me throw this out at you. He just went in and filled up on fuel. He didn't take tires.
I don't know. I mean,
I don't
that's
either.
to me. I don't know if I agree with that. If you're going to put yourself at the back of the pack, why wouldn't you take tires? But
he's playing a pit strategy here somehow, some way. Going to be interesting to keep up. Going to get interesting to keep up. I mean, he probably, like what you just said. All right, here's the thing. We're going to be about 42 laps. Johnson Shipman's coming in. Wow. There's going to be somebody try to stretch this. Somebody's going to try to.
Yeah, Jonathan Shipman had to pit because, as I mentioned, he was going to stay out, and he clipped the back of the 55 of Tom Wetmore. Looks like he damaged that nose even further. He's probably got to get some of that damage repaired.
Yeah, absolutely. Lights are still on, so by the time we get done, it's going to be 34 laps probably. That's put about 3 laps shy of the window here. You see any takers, man, to try it?
Again, to me, it's going to be really close. It depends how many cautions we get. I mean, if we get 1 or 2 more cautions, yes. Somebody like, if you get another caution and you pit, you go to the back and maybe get another caution, yes. But to me,
if another
it's
caution,
only if
you go to pit. You know what I mean?
Exactly. What I'm saying is if another caution comes out and someone's at the back, they might try to stretch it an extra lap or so, saving gas. But it's a 30-lap window from everything that I've seen tonight. And that tells me that if you pit at any point before lap 156, you're not going to make it.
Okay. Well, folks, that's the scenario. Let me know what y'all think out there in the chat.
I'm sorry, 154. 154.
Okay. Let me know what y'all think in the chat.
Laps.
I mean, me and Ryan up here racking our brain over it.
We got 2 more in the pits.
Well, if you're in the back, why not one to go come in and top it off?
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, another caution obviously throws all this out the window and all the paperwork's done, because then everybody can make it. But at this point, you're only talking about a 3 lap shy, 4 lap shy. I don't know.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. You're right. 4 laps shy right now. I mean, another caution makes it possible. But it's going to be
another
close.
Caution throws it all out the window. I mean, another caution.
Yeah.
Of course, everybody can make it at that point.
Yeah. Right now, if there's not another caution, a guy like, for example, a Matt Walzenbach is the type of guy that can really try to stretch it because he just pit. But even that's going to be very tough to go an extra 3 laps or an extra 3 or 4 laps than what you've already attempted to do.
Well,
You're going to have to gamble on a splash and go.
All right, well, here we go. About to get set here. Green flag racing, folks. Pace car takes that hard left turn off on pit road here tonight. Extreme Motorsports. A look at Nate Trito. Gets a good jump there on Tom Whitmore. They're going to try to get out front there as best they can and try to set sail. Now, that leads to believe here that Nate Trito would like to at least lead a lap here. Well, he's actually led a couple, excuse me. He wants to get out front here because, that's another guy. If he wins this race, he puts himself right back there in the chase contention.
Yeah, that's definitely important for Nate to try to get this race win tonight, and it obviously would mean a lot for him to get his first win here at ExtremeMotorsports99.com when he's put himself, I'm sorry, not at ExtremeMotorsports99.com, ExtremeMotorsports99.com's Cup Series. It would mean a lot for Nate to finally get that win, but he's going to have to battle off his team owner and to do it once again. And right now, it's looking like Jake has got a pretty good car as he's staying right behind the 97. But would Jake be content to run second to the 97?
Well, no, Jake wants to win. We've seen this play out before. I mean, you should have answered your own question. We've seen him run down Nate Trito and pass him, so we know he likes to win. If he's got the car that can beat him, he's going to do it. Now, if he knows he doesn't have the car, and that it would jeopardize any chance for the big picture here for the title, then you're right. No, he's going to sit behind him and ride. But, you know, he's got to think about it too. David Shutt right there has just moved up in the 8th spot. Tyler Siffer's coming up in 7th with him. Jeffrey Creek's right there on the move. He's in 6th. So he's got these guys coming. He needs to keep in mind that those guys there, you know, they got nothing to lose either. Maybe David Shutt, yes. But, you know, a guy like Jeffrey Creek, hey, he just wants to win the race. And he understands that it's a points battle, but he wants to win the race. And he's going to do what he has to do to get up there to win this race.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely, I would definitely agree with you there. And actually, there's a guy who's creeped his way in the 3rd spot. We have barely mentioned him tonight, but Justin Gable has put that number 13 Taylor Swift Chevrolet up to 3rd spot. And he is now looking for these two to start battling as the 73 makes the pass or is starting to battle side by side with Nate Trito. He's going to want those two to fight for a little bit. It's not going to happen that way. But Justin has put himself in a good spot with his teammate Bobby Chaney right behind him.
Absolutely. Well, Bobby Chaney, there's another guy that's putting himself in a good spot. He's points leader right now. Even if he's right there, he's still in the sight there. But look behind. With that note, folks, since we're not on the caution, all these guys in there, let's bring up what we love to do here at OSR Network, the Speed Cam. Well, man, I tell you what, folks, right there, if that don't get your blood pumping, I don't know what it is. That right there is some horsepower thundering around Texas Motor Speedway here tonight for ExtremeMotorsports99.com. It's like we always say, if that don't get you fired up, better have your doctor check you out because you got some problems.
As Sean T. Wimbish would say, you have to be a very boring individual to not think that that's exciting.
Absolutely. And I'm going to tell you what, 42, definitely, you're right. Jeffrey Creek is definitely on the move here as he's on the back deck lid there. Justin Gabriel looking like he's going to take 3rd spot. Now, in the meantime, Nate Trito and Jake Nichols Jake Nichols checked out a little bit here on him. As caution's out on the field, this just threw everything that we said about fuel mileage out the window.
Yes, it did, and that was a big one. It looked like it was between the 5th to 5 of Tom Wetmore. Oh, and the 23 of John Shipman, who got into each other before coming to pit road, and John was not happy in the chat earlier in the race.
We'll keep that between them.
I'm not going to speculate, but might have been a little bit more than help.
Well, let's see. We'll watch the replay right here and just check out what's going on. The 55 is battling really hard with the 59. He dives down on the inside there. And well,
yeah.
Right after that, the 23 disconnects. So,
Yeah.
we're going to leave it at a yeah, folks. So, anyways, now, this right here, I don't know. Who's this favor?
The leader.
Jake Nichols?
Yes. Because now everyone can make it to the end. You can't stay out. There's no way. I mean, if you stay out, I don't mean to say in this way, but if you stay out, you're a fool. Because at this point, you're never going to keep up. The only thing you can do is pit and make as many spots up as you can. But that's what I'm saying. Everybody pitted. Yeah, everybody had to pit because that was the only way. Now, Matt Walzenbach, I just saw him already leaving the pit lane.
He must only took 2 tires or something.
Oh, and he just spun out and crashed.
Okay, well, that was short-lived.
He must have missed his box or something. Yeah, missed his pit box. Went to get up to speed to get back on the track and destroyed the front end of the 29 car.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Well, that's not what you want to see. Well,
no.
Here's my thing. Jake Nichols obviously going to be the man out front. Nate Trito's going to be right beside him. You got Jeffrey Creek right there, Justin Gable, David Shutt, Bobby Chaney, Tyler Sifford, Delonte Ballard, Dick Hunt around top 10. And awesome, John. That's awesome. Yeah, heck yeah, man. Definitely. I don't know if it's too early to say it's go time. I mean, because by the time we go back green flag racing, it's going to be 17 laps probably left. But Jake Nichols has got to think about, I got to go. If he's been holding back this whole entire race, well, now's the time to fly. He's got to put it to the wind. If Nate Trito has had anything for him, now's the time to do it. And just like David Shutt, Bobby Chaney, and I won't take anything away from Jeffrey Creek or Justin Gable, because those two are up there too. All these guys, if you've had anything all race, tire wear is not, tire saving is not, that's in the back of your mind at this point.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, there is no more saving tires here with less than 20 laps to go. And really, honestly, if I'm going to pick a winner right now, if you ask me who I think is going to win this race, I'm going to go with Jeffrey Creek. I'm going to go with the guy who has been able to be on pace with Jake Nichols, and for the first time since the beginning of this race is now on the exact same pit cycle as Jake. They have not been on the same tires and been in a position to really battle each other on the exact same freshness of tires. Now, over the course of the run, the 73 was better than the 42.
Right.
But the 42 was good for about 20 laps. That's about
well, you got the 41 that was better than all of them on the long run.
Exactly. And you've got the 97 who's back up front again on 4 fresh tires with his teammate. So there's at least 4, if not 5 cars right now, I'd say in the top 6 or 7 that are all going to be very close with each other. And those, if I had to select those off, yeah. I mean, I'm going to go with Jeffrey Creek, past champion, kind of an underdog. Not an underdog, but
well, an underdog at this point until we really see more of him. Yeah, I mean,
exactly.
I could go with that. You know, I call him a newcomer because I haven't really ever saw him, but you can't take anything away from his past. And,
exactly.
And obviously he knows how to drive a darn cup car. We've seen that.
Right, and I'm trying to think of the word that I was going to use to describe the situation for him. He hasn't – I can't think of the exact word, but to put it in perspective, he hasn't raced all season. He's only raced 2 other races other than this. So there may be guys up front that don't really know what to expect from him, and he could shock them all and just make them go like, whoa.
throw the shock and all. Well, we're about to see right here, man, some shock and see who's going to all this field here as they're about to get set to go green flag racing, folks, here again. And Jake Nichols, he is gone. Nate Trito gets a good jump with him, though. Justin Gable also there. Jeffrey Creek there. And I like I say, Delonte Ballard, look at that. It is go time for him, and he knows it. He has got to get up there and not let that man in the 73 machine get out front too far ahead, because if he does, it can be long gone and over, and he just don't have enough time to catch him.
Yeah, and once again, we're seeing it Ford, Toyota, Chevy, just as it was earlier. Ford's out in front, nose to tail with the Solar Flare Racing team with a Nate Trito who definitely needs this win after not being there last week. Jake Nichols, who needs this win because the 99 won last week. The 99 who's now battling to try to get in fifth spot around his teammate Justin Gable, and a guy who doesn't care about points at all, Jeffrey Creek, in third, who is actually catching the two Solar Flare Racing cars.
Absolutely. Well, we're coming here 16 laps to go. Jeffrey Creek's looking like he is going to be the man, like you just said, want to run these guys down up front. He don't really, well, I don't want to say he don't care about points, but he's just not in the contention. He cares about wins. That's what he come here to do, to show, hey, look, this season, it's a warm-up for me for next season. But don't count out that 41. He's been very good on long flag runs. Right now, he's got enough time to reel these guys in. And we got a car slamming the inside wall out in the backfield there. Oh, that was a hard hit.
I didn't see who that was, but there is no caution. It was the 22 of Jason Van Cleek. No caution, no cars in the vicinity. He's going to be able to get that 22 car back to pit road as we stay green. The number 42 still catching the back of the 97 of Nate Trito, and he has now got the 41 of David Shutt all over the back of him again. It's now a four-horse race here trying to stay up front, trying to get this win. Jake is not pulling away from his teammate in the 97, though. Nate Trito's still in this just as well.
Well, like I said before, if you've got what you got, now's the time to put it to the wind and use it, because I'm going to tell you what, it's a time. It is go time. 14 laps to go, 13 this time. Bye. Folks, as you said, it's four-car race here. Jake Nichols pulling away just a little bit there as the battle is between the 41 and the number 42. So 41-42, they're nose to tail battling it out. And I think David Shutt on the long run definitely knows he's got the car that can run him down. The problem is he's got to get around these guys, and that is easier said than done.
Yeah, and, earlier we saw the 42 give plenty of room to the 41 to let him go. He may do the same thing here, knowing he's a chase contender, and he does going into turn one, but he definitely didn't make it as easy as he did earlier on in this race, and it might be advantageous for the 42 of Jeffrey Creek to just kind of follow David, let him get up there, battle those two, and then just try to make the pass that way.
Absolutely. And I tell you what, that is a show of sportsmanship right there, to know that, hey, look, if I don't have quite a fast enough car, I'm going to make it a little hard for you to get around me. Nonetheless, right now, Nate Trito's trying to do everything he can to run down that 73 machine up front there, Jake Superman Nichols. Now, Jake, probably after the race, if he does win this one, he'll probably be like, hey, like he always does. Yeah, I know I had it in the bag. Yeah, okay, young man. I'm going to tell you what, you got to be sweating from ear to ear, because these guys have put it to you all race long. The 41, the 97, the 42. Look in your mirror, because, man, a nightmare is about to show up. We got a huge crash in the back.
Yes, we do. That all started with the 54 of Delonte Ballard. Got spun off of turn two, and it looks like the 4 car of Mike Rominger might have gotten a piece of the wall. And just looks like the 54 might have gotten the apron again there, coming through 3 and 4.
Well, this right here is definitely going to mix things up, because what that's going to do, it's going to put David Shutt on the back deck lid of the number 73, and it's going to give him a good run here. Nate Trito's going to get one more time. Bobby Chaney and Delonte Ballard was nose to tail on this one. Tyler Sifford's right behind him. Let's see what happened on this replay here as we're watching. Folks, it's going to be about a four-lap shootout here, and it's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting, and
yeah, he caught the apron and just lost it.
Yeah, he did, and what I'm looking at right now, here's the real question for me. Who here is going to be the guy that gambles and pits?
Nobody.
Less than 10 laps to go.
Well,
less than 10 laps to go. We ran 7 laps under green. We know what fresh tires can do. If you're Jeffrey Creek, do you try to get everybody behind you to come in and be the first car with fresh tires?
If you're in the top 5, you don't come in at all. If you're maybe 5th on back, 6th on back, you might come in. Which I say that, and Jake Nichols is probably going to try to fake him out. And again, he might come in the pits. who knows?
Oh, Creek's
Somebody's
coming in.
gotta.
Creek's gonna come in, and nobody's gonna go with him.
Yeah, that.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
that's.
really thought for a moment there.
Yeah, you don't. If you, I don't get that. I really, really don't. Yeah, if you were 6th, maybe 8th, maybe 10th back, you come in, you're in the top 5. There's no way you can give up that track position. No, I'm sorry. There's no way. Now, because here's the thing. Another caution this next time by, if they go 3 more laps, or because by the time we get back green flag racing, actually by the time we get back green flag racing, if there's a caution a lap later, it's over with. So you've got to look at that. Track position is at a premium at this point. So there's no, I don't understand. I mean, unless he knew something we didn't know, I just don't understand why being in 3rd, 4th place that you would even attempt to come into the pits.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I mean, we do know this, that Delonte Bauer, that was the second caution that he caused with a spin, so he's going to get a 30 or a stop-and-go penalty on the restart, so his position doesn't really matter right now, but a driver like Jeffrey Creek just essentially took away a top 5 for him. I mean, if everybody else had pit, that was a genius call, but with so many cars that stayed out, Jeffrey's going to be hurting bad here, and he's going to be the last car on the lead lap because he was the only one of that group that took 4 tires.
Yeah, absolutely. He's going to be in the back there. I mean, there's just really, it was just basically a fake out. He thought more cars was coming, and just one of those deals. I mean, obviously you got to try. Jake and them's got to try to do that. Yeah, you're right. Just not enough laps left to take a gamble like that. If there was maybe, like we said, when it was 15 laps to go, that's one thing. But we're only going to have 5 laps here when we go back green flag racing, maybe 4. So, yeah, just not enough time. Even on good tires. He might make up 5 or 6 positions. But the thing is, about this here is by being back there, a caution's not going to help you. Because normally in a situation like that, you would make up 4 or 5 positions, caution come out, you're sitting good. You make up another 4 or 5 or 6 or whatever on the next time around. But this scenario is he's got to make up 17 positions. It's just
he'll be lucky to come out of it with a top 10. Put it that way. He'd be very, very lucky to come out with a top 10 now.
And I don't like questioning anybody's strategy or anything like that, because hey, those guys know more than I know out there. I think it's just basically one of them deals. So like I said, when we go back. We cross this line, we go green flag. It's going to be 5 laps left here, folks, to settle this thing. Excuse me, another lap. They run a lap, and a caution comes out, it's over with. So whoever's out front. So that's another thing we got to think about here. And believe me, Nate Trito, as Jake Nichols did the right thing. I'm going to tell you. He took the high side.
Taking the outside, yes. Yep. I'm going to agree. That's because I know exactly what you're about to say here. The strategy is very blatant and obvious. Let your teammate have the inside, hold up the 41, you get a good jump, and then you've got your teammate buffer you, who is now essentially out of the chase unless he wins a race.
Well, and then would take that. Yeah, there's the other side of it. I mean, Nate Trito, we don't call him hard charger for nothing. We get set here to go green flag to settle this thing. He's definitely going to be one of them saying, look, I don't mind helping you out, Jake, but my man, if I can win this race, I'm going to win it. So here we go. Pace car takes a hard left turn on pit road. Jake Nichols gets a good start right there, as always the leader does. So we're going to have to see here what's going to happen as this time by 5 laps to go as Jake Nichols is gone. He is trying to put it to the wind. This is what he wanted, a short run like this to get him out front.
Yeah, that is exactly what he wanted too, and it's important to note that behind them we're seeing the 13 get in front of the number 7 car, Tyler Sifford. That is an extra point that Tyler needs to try to get ahead of the car that's in front of him. Bobby Chaney in points, and you look right now, all basically the top, or 4 of the top 5 people in points are all running in the top 6 positions.
Absolutely right there. We got a good battle going on behind all these guys here. Oh, and the 41.
Hit the wall.
He did, and that's going to help Bobby Chaney. So Bobby Chaney, if he finishes, and Tyler Sifford's in the wall.
Yes, he is, and he's in the wall
Oh,
hard.
but he held on to it. Great driving job by that young man as he held on to that machine right there. So they're getting racy with 3 laps to go, folks. But I'm going to tell you what, the points leader right now, last week's winner, this is going to help him out tremendously to finish in the 3rd. So Jake Nichols might win the race. We talked about it earlier here, Ryan. He might win this race, but Bobby Chaney needs to stay right there on his back deck lid. So Nate Trito is going to try everything he can to hold him back there, because if it's 1-2 here, it was 1-5 last time. So, hey, Bobby Chaney still could come out of this thing the points leader.
At this point, if Bobby gets the 2nd, he will come out the points leader no matter what happens with Jake, even with bonus points. And Bobby's getting a good push down the back straightaway from his teammate, Justin Gable, to the inside of the 97, and Nate Trito as they go through turns 3 and 4. They are battling hard for that 2nd spot. Nate is not giving the 99 to Bobby Chaney an inch as they come through by the start-finish line here on the white flag. 1 lap to go.
White flag, 1 lap to go. Jake Nichols way out front, but the battles for 2nd spot here, folks, for 3rd and 4th. We have got SRA versus Solar Flare Racing. It looks like Bobby Chaney's going to clear, and he's bringing his teammate. They're going to go 3 wide in a block down the back stretch as we coming out of the last turn here. These guys are door to door, wheeling out of the last turn, coming out of turn number 4. Who is going to have this one this time by, folks, as they come into the line? Bobby Chaney's going to be 2nd. What a battle to the finish for 3rd and 4th.
Yeah, and Bryant Ward, where did he come from, taking home the 5th spot?
I don't know, but I mean, I tell you, look at Justin Gable, man. They were just hammering each other as they were coming across that line, folks. Let's take it back there to the last turn. Coming out of turn number 4 here again. We'll relive this one as we're seeing Bobby Chaney right there and Justin Gables. We're going to the last lap here, replaying this one again. They were door to door going into turn number 1. They come out of turn 2. They were door to door. Nate Trito did everything he could possibly do. The only thing is, though, Justin Gable right there going down the back stretch. Man, Justin Gable threw the block of his lifetime on Bryant Ward. Bryant Ward did very good. Didn't run him over, nothing there. But coming out of turn 4 here, folks, we're seeing a replay of the last lap. Right there, Bobby Chaney 2nd, and Justin Gable, man, just inched out the 97 at the line. Ryan, that was a tremendous race to the finish.
Yes, it was, and it was 12 1/1000ths of a second for 3rd spot. Justin Gable did edge out Nate Trito for that spot. The best finish of the season, or 2nd best finish of the season, I believe, for Justin Gable, who's going to burn it down in turn 1 and 2 after just finishing 3rd. A great run by him. And the 99 of Bobby Chaney bringing it home in 2nd. He probably will maintain the points lead, but Jake Nichols closes in with this win now as Mr. Consistency and Superman are showing early on in the chase. They are the 2 guys that are very well going to be battling nose-to-nose for this championship.
Well, we talked about it. It's Solar Flare Races versus SRA. Last week it was all SRA. This week Solar Flare came out dominant. But I'm going to tell you what, like you just said, folks, hold on to your hats. We got 3 races to go for the chase here. ExtremeMotorsports99.com. If you love excitement, drama, and everything else in between, show up for the next 3 weeks because they're about to put it down here. The 2 best teams that they are, I hate to say it that way, here in ExtremeMotorsports99.com are about to do a battle and a duel for the next 3 races here. Ryan, let's get a talk, though, man, with that 3rd place runner there. That would be Justin Gable.
Alrighty, I'll pull him up into our booth if I can figure out where he is. There he is. Justin Gable, this is Ryan Daniels up in the OSR Network booth. Do you have a copy?
I do? Oh, I wrecked.
Well, great finish tonight, man. 12 1/1000ths of a second, bringing that number 13 machine home in 3rd. What a run. How did the car feel tonight there with the new track set up and the new cars and whatnot?
Little tight, but I figured it out somewhat midway through the race, and I was able to stay with some of the guys. Jake, I had nothing for. Shut, I had nothing for. Yeah, I don't know. I had a decent run. I'm lucky to get 3rd.
All right, well, definitely appeared that you had a good car there in the closing laps. A heck of a battle between you and the 97 there, coming down to the wire. What would you say was the toughest part of the race for you guys?
all the cautions at the beginning. Like, I was seriously thinking about quitting and watching a hockey game because that was bad. We were averaging like a minute a lap. It was bad. That was the toughest. But when we got that green flag stretch, I'm like, hey, we could do this. We could finish before 11:30 Eastern.
All right, well, we definitely thank you for coming up here and talking with us, and we congratulate you on the 3rd place finish there, one of your best runs of the season. Anybody out there you want to thank for a great finish here tonight at Texas Motor Speedway?
Bobby Cheney, David Shutt, Delonte Ballard, Tyler Charm, myself, Taylor Swift, Christian Sick, so there's 30 everyone over there. Who else? Brian Ward for not dumping me because I blocked him like crazy on the last lap. Yeah, you guys, admins over here, and all the viewers, I guess, for sticking out this race.
All right, Justin. Well, again, thank you for talking with us. Congratulations on the 3rd, and we hope to talk to you very soon.
Thanks.
No problem.
Well, Ryan, I tell you what, I'll let you get down there to our 2nd place finisher here tonight. Bobby Cheney looking very, very good there. Man, what a run on his end there to wasn't a fact. I hate to say it that way. Wasn't a factor too much all race long, but at the end, Mr. Consistency pulling in a second. I'll let you get a talk with him.
Alrighty. All right, Bobby Cheney. This is Ryan Daniels up in the OSR Network booth. Do you have a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
What a run tonight, man. Bringing that machine home in 2nd place. We call you Mr. Consistency for a reason. Got your 1st win of the season last week at Talladega Superspeedway. Backing that up this week with a 2nd spot. Definitely showing you're fighting hard for to try to win this championship early on in the chase. How was your race tonight? How would you describe it?
It was good. I mean, this is one of probably the worst track for me on this service. So I was just out there just trying to just run and trying to get some help from my teammates to help me drive it, just so I can get a decent finish. And then it just was riding and seeing what happened at the end. And then them cautions fell, and I got in a good spot there on that restart, and just had to go and get all I can get and hit my marks. I knew I knew me and Trito and them raced pretty clean together, so I knew it would be a hard run, but it'd be clean, and it was fun. That's all I had. I didn't have anything for Jake.
All right, well, I'm going to ask you the same question I asked your teammate Justin Gable. What would you say the toughest part of the race was for you?
Getting that speeding penalty. I wasn't really paying attention coming down pit road and under caution, and put me back in the back, and I had to come up through there, but I had to use more tire than I wanted, and that pretty much killed my race. From that point, I just couldn't get any closer to the front where I was running for the speeding penalty, so I had to beat that speeding penalty.
All right, well, definitely an awesome run for that number 99 machine, bringing it home in 2nd. Anybody you want to thank for another 2nd week of another great run here at ExtremeMotorsports99.com Cup Series?
I just want to thank you guys for putting this awesome broadcast on us. It's exciting to watch after. Thank Rick and all the admins in Extreme for putting this on. It's fun, and my teammates, and I got to thank Nate for just racing clean there. That's what it's all about. That's all I ask. And hard clean race. I thank them and thank the SRA boys watching, and yeah, that's about it.
All right, well, we thank you again, Bobby, for coming up here and talking with us, and we wish you luck in we wish you the best of luck in the rest of the chase, and we'll hopefully catch up with you very soon.
Yep, thanks, guys.
No problem. Thank you.
Well, I'll tell you what, Ryan, right there's the 2nd place finisher, and he did everything he could do to run him down. But like you say, they don't call him Mr. Consistency for nothing out here. Bobby Cheney, as that man did it all. So, as we say, as always, I'm going to run off down here to victory lane as the confetti's flying. And I always like running by the concession stand because I get hungry around here talking to these guys. But I'm going to go down here and talk with this man they call the Superman. That would be Jake Nichols, winner tonight, Texas Motor Speedway here at ExtremeMotorsports99.com. Jake, it's Joe White in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
All right, Jake, well, I'll tell you what. I know you're going to give me the answer here of I had it in the bag all along. But I'm going to tell you, these guys all night long was battling very, very hard to try to run you down. And this points battle just got very, very interesting because Bobby Cheney flew out of nowhere to finish in second here tonight. So, with that in mind, still congratulations for pulling off the win here at Texas Motor Speedway. And how did that Cup car feel? Because I think it feels amazing with the new package. But how do you think it feels tonight bringing that number 73 Superman Solar Flare racing machine in Victory Lane?
The car felt great. It was too tight in my opinion, but that's just a mixture of having the cold track involved as well. Overall, new package it's good. It's got a bit of flaws, but that's gonna happen when it's a brand new package. But either way, car was good. There's a few times where the tires just weren't gripping like we wanted, but towards the end, about just past halfway, we started figuring something out and finally getting the speed in it over the long run, at least somewhat. And me and Shutt battled hard, and he sped in pits, but I was waiting all I could because I knew I had to pit that time. We weren't going to make it one more lap on fuel, so I just had to force him, and he just overshot it by a hair and sped. But either way, great race. Some drama in our channel with Sifford, but we're trying to do all we can to calm him down. Things happen sometimes, and you just gotta push forward and not let them bring you down. But either way, the Superman Universal Technical Institute Ford Fusion was a rocket ship tonight. It was really good, really fast.
Well, absolutely, and I tell you, it definitely was fast. You and the Nightmares, what I like to call him, David Shutt. Like I said, those SRA boys, they came here, man, to show that they can get it done. And Bobby Cheney just out of nowhere to finish what he does. We call him Mr. Consistency for a reason. Yeah. And he was very consistent tonight. He finished second, and that shows. And that's pretty much what you know. You're a champion. You know how it's done, and you know consistency a lot of times wins championships.
Yeah.
And definitely. But you did what you had to do tonight. Go out there, lead the most laps, lead a lot of laps, dominate, and put it in victory lane. And Jake, that's what we're used to seeing. Now, I did comment early on in the race. I said it looked like you were better on the short runs with this package than what you used to be better on the long runs, and vice versa. It looked like Shutt was better on the long runs than he was on the short runs.
Yeah, with this new package, this was the first time most of us have actually touched it. So you got to really learn and really just put your car in different positions and try things out so you can figure it out for the remaining weeks of the season. We still got 3 races to go, so it's good to get the feel of the package early so we can just be a rocket ship the rest of the races rather than be all over the place here and just not figure it out yet. So I'm just trying to push it. It's kind of got the old feel where it feels like we have more downforce here and there when we get to the gas into the corners, because since we're now planted to the ground, since the cars are they're more realistic now than what they used to be. We were just off the track before, but now we're into the track, so it feels like we got more downforce even though we don't. So either way, this was just a learning race. Even though Shutt was amazing, he really made me push to a whole new level. Like when he pulled away that one run, I was like, I got to do something, and I just tried to figure something out every single time, and we finally figured it out, and that one mistake killed him. If he didn't make that mistake, it would have been, who knows who would have won that. It would have been insane. But either way, a great race. I hope the fans enjoyed it. It was a blast in the car.
Oh, yeah, we had the viewers out here loving it. Me and Ryan up here was talking about it. I loved every minute of it to watch the race because it was just a lot of drama and a lot of excitement of what was going on out there, because I knew I've tested this thing. I drove the Cup car. I'm going to tell you, I'm no pro like you are, but I can tell you what, it is, like you just said, it's almost like now, and I mentioned it in the race here, that I saw it with a bunch of cautions out there early on before we got the long green flag. It feels like you can't overdrive this car now, but yet it's still the Cup car. It's still a monster machine. It's a beast of a car, and it'll show you that. But the way it feels, like you said, it is planted. I love it. I personally love it. Like I said, I'm no pro, but I love it when I tested it, and I could see what the guys looked like, that they were just overdriving some. But nonetheless, man, congratulations again.
The tight car really added to that, because if you overdrove by a hair, you wouldn't. If it really was a bottom feeding race, even though it was a great race overall. And the bottom feeding, just because of the grip we had, it made it a whole new level where if you got out of the groove by an inch, the guy behind you had a huge run. It's like on dirt, you try to be sideways, but if you go too sideways, you're gonna not have the momentum off the corner, and momentum was huge in this race. So if you just didn't get the corner speed like you wanted, it was gonna be really, really, really difficult to beat that guy behind you on exit, and that just made for a good race. A little tighter than I wanted, but either way, it was a blast. A really long race, but I love the long races. It's just, it feels more like real NASCAR because they do so many miles a week, 400 miles, 500, sometimes 500. And so it's fun doing these long ones because it's really an endurance race. Just got to finish to win.
Absolutely. Again, congratulations for the win here tonight, Texas
Thank you.
Motor Speedway. Folks, Jake Nichols right there. And Ryan, I tell you, like what he just said, tremendous race. A lot of drama, man, played out here. I mean, these guys definitely were wheeling them around left and right. I don't know what to say. It's going to be interesting with the next three races because if this is what we're about to see, it's going to be awesome. Well, let's get our rundown here tonight. Our results here tonight, the winner, Jake Superman Nichols, putting it in on the win. Bobby, Mr. Consistency Cheney right there in second. Justin Gable pulling it in third. Nate Hart charging Trito in fourth. Bryant No Field Ward. Boy, I told you. Yeah, we call him that for a reason. He put that car right there, fifth place.
Yeah, started 22nd he did and
Yep.
came home fifth. That's a great run for him.
Absolutely. David Nightmare shut right there in sixth. And Mr. Extreme, Mike Rominger in seventh. James Thorndike in eighth. Matthew Wazenbach right there in ninth. Wow, came out really good on that pit strategy. And Trevor Rapolo rounding out the top 10.
Yeah, in 11th spot, we had Jason Van Cleek in his number 22 machine. Jeffrey Creek, after making that late race pit stop, able to rebound to 12th spot. Not the finish he was looking for tonight, but a good run. The finish, put it this way, is not indicative of how that 42 ran tonight, that's for sure. David Elliott bringing it home in 13th. Nick Hunt, 14th. Tommy Amassi brought it home 15th. Tyler Sifford falling back to 16th after that scrub at the wall in the closing laps. Michael Muller, 17th. Delonte Ballard after that penalty for the second spin there, getting the black flag. He's going to finish one lap down in 18th. Tom Wetmore in 19th, and Jonathan Shipman's going to round out the top 20.
And 21st, we got Christopher Parkman and Richie Evans right there in 22nd. Tyler Ducharme, 23rd. Aiden Young, 24th. Bruce Ackerman in 25th. Nate Shiflett there in 26th. And it rounds out right there top field tonight. I tell you what, we've had drama, hard racing, excitement, and it ain't over with yet. 3 races to go in the chase here for ExtremeMotorsports99.com Cup Series action. Folks, if you love this, tune in for the next 3 weeks. OSR Network, YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitch. Check us out on Twitter. I like calling it Twitter for some reason, but hey, check us out there and check us out on the web at onlinesimracingnetwork.com. Let me say it again, onlinesimracingnetwork.com. Check us out there. As always, I'm here 5-6 days a week here at OSR Network. My colleague here, Ryan W. Daniels. Ryan, got any final thoughts?
Yeah, I did want to just let everybody know they just updated the point standings on ExtremeMotorsports99.com. When we started tonight, the top 6 in points were separated by just about 8 points. We leave tonight here at Texas. Bobby Cheney is still our points leader with 1 win. Jake Nichols now with 1 win in the chase, only 3 points behind. David Shutt third in points, 8 points behind, and Tyler Sifford and Bryant Ward are tied for 4th in points, 20 points behind now of Bobby Cheney. So the top 3 are very close, and after that there's quite the margin between Sifford all the way back to the final car in the chase, and that is Trevor Rapolo.
Oh, absolutely. Well, that thought right there, folks. We'll see you next week here for ExtremeMotorsports99.com action, Cup Series action, that is. And also on Tuesday and Wednesday night, check out Dre broadcasting for the Truck Series and the Xfinity Series here at ExtremeMotorsports99.com. Until then, everyone, have a good night. See you then.
Drivers, start your reading. Motor Sim Racing Magazine is the first and only magazine dedicated to sim racing. Every month we'll be covering the hot topics around the world of sim racing. So if you're looking to be in the know, go to www.motorsimsracing.com. You will find articles from your favorite drivers, leagues, and other prominent people in the sim racing community. Want an update of your favorite league? We got it. Want to learn the basics on finding a perfect league for you? We got it. Want to know more about how leagues are run? We got it. So remember, when you want to know what's going on in the sim racing world, go to www.motorsimracing.com.